All right.
Hey,
What's up,
I'm back.
everybody?
Hey
All
guys.
right.
I made it. I made it.
Welcome to the live stream.
Wow.
Finally.
All right, we got 12 watching. That's cool.
That's good.
What's up, Nick?
Hey Z, how you doing? All right. I made it. You guys found me, huh?
We did find you.
Yeah, we did find you.
The rumor was that you were chained to a tree by Rob. So
All right, we got the Rev.
Right. Thanks for joining.
No,
how did
it's
he?
totally
I don't
cool.
even
That was
understand how you broke.
hilarious.
How did you screw up the? How'd you screw up the breaking news?
It was just the title, but not the band.
Oh.
He got Steely Dan right, and then it wasn't the Light album. It was Asia. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
it was funny
Yeah.
with that
But
red
no,
light.
Yeah.
What?
All right,
So
guys.
how did you? So you posted first, I guess, on Felipe and broke the news of the.
Yeah. I kind of got. I kind of got the news over the night. It was very hot, so I knew, and if there was disclosed, I think it's okay to tell people. I'm so happy about it.
Yeah.
But things happen. And they messed up. Hopefully, we might see this title in the future. Who knows? But
Yeah, I think so.
it's
It looks like
it's cool anyway.
they have
I
the
think
design and box, so it's going
yeah,
to come at some point. They were probably
yeah.
updating the Prestige stuff that dropped today, and somehow
I think so. I think they're just cooking the audience. Like,
who knows?
okay, is everybody okay buying $150 record? Yes, everybody was buying. So get those more prestigious here.
That's a
Just
good
buy
point.
it.
It did
They're
go up in price.
workshopping it. They're just workshopping it.
I think so. Maybe. Who knows?
Felipe got all the credit, even if I screw up.
Yeah, that's fine. At least we're not like something super important, but at least I think got some attention to music finally after all
Yeah.
this turmoil that we've been living on.
Harry's here.
And
Harry.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
So that was good. Shift the attention. More prestigious are back, and they're probably in a countdown. The Bill Evans box should drop at any moment soon. So
Yeah, they said it was going to come in August at some point.
yeah, right.
So
Come on.
I was going to say one thing real quick. So Felipe showed me earlier today that You Discover Music has a sale going on today for some reason. What was it for? National
National Vinyl Day or something.
Whatever, yeah. 40% off, right? Something like this.
Yeah.
25,
Yeah, if you buy 4 records or 4+ records, you get 40% off. So that's a pretty sweet deal. It runs at midnight.
So just gonna pre-order all the Blue Note that's coming. Tone Poe is included.
Yeah.
Mazzy in the house.
All right, so I'm going to
Exactly.
share the invite if some of you folks want to join us.
Exactly.
So, you guys want to look at those Prestige records?
Yeah. Well, I was going to see if anybody wants to join us real quick.
Okay.
Mr. Maslov is here.
Hey, Andy, what's up?
Yeah, Andy's here as well. Cool.
We got to remember to actually let people in if they join, though. That's my downfall every time.
Oh, should we be wrenching people up? Can we wrench people up here?
If you want to do that on YouTube, yeah.
Yeah. Cannot for whatever reason. Oh wait, hold on. Let me log in as Jazz Bombs.
So they dropped pretty much almost like how many records have they dropped today?
12.
Like a dozen.
12?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot.
We were thinking about going through them and just kind of talking about them. So there's some good stuff here.
Yeah. I mean, I think I had yeah.
I mean, well, me and you had pre-ordered all 50 of them, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So don't think about it. Just take the leap of faith.
Yeah, it's tough though. I mean, I didn't realize this when I did that, but $40 records is a lot of money. So whenever you do that, if they ship you one, if they get one of them in stock, they authorize your credit card for the entire amount and then ship you the one record, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Because I didn't put it on like a credit card. I just put it on my debit card. So there's been once or twice where I didn't have $2,000 sitting in my checking account at the time, and it I had to call them and reauthorize it or whatever.
Yeah.
So you guys are getting all of the new ones then?
Yeah.
I picked 5 of the new drops today.
Here we go. There
I
we go. Check this
Mazzy,
out.
Mazzy.
Hey, good evening.
I was under the impression there'd be cocktails.
I have
It's BYOB, man.
I am having cheers.
Cheers.
Here you go. Cheers.
Cheers.
I had a different kind of
So what you guys having? What you guys having?
yeah. What are you having?
Mazzy, what do you got?
Beverage?
Yes.
I have a Cabernet from Columbia Valley in Washington right now.
That's good.
Nice.
So Mazzy, I'm a big fan in the Bay Area. Did you ever used to go to Ridge Winery in Cupertino?
The Ridge. I've never been to Ridge Winery. I've been to Cupertino. That's down the South Bay.
Yeah.
I've been to a few wineries down there, and there's the Saratoga place where they have the concerts. I forgot the name of it.
Yeah. That's there's some nice pictures there. Yes.
Yeah.
I
But most of
remember.
the wineries I go up, obviously Sonoma and Napa and North. But there's some great ones, and also the Mid Coast down in Santa Barbara.
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
if you ever saw the movie, Merlot, Sideways, that's all
yeah.
about the Mid Coast. Yeah.
Oh yes.
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie. So are you getting those Prestige, or you already have some of those more like ancient
I
forms?
missed the beginning when you guys. You mean the? Are
They
there
dropped some more
Prestiges?
titles. They dropped more titles today.
Oh,
Chris, you want to pull it up?
I did not see that.
What are y'all drinking first? Mazzy showed us his.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
sorry.
Felipe, you want to go?
I'm drinking straight rum, no ice.
Oh, very nice.
That's hardcore, man.
All right, this is a beer from Vermont. It's a double IPA called Second Fiddle, and it's like 8.5 ABV, so taking it nice and slow.
I've got some gummies.
Oh, there
What
you
is
go.
that? Are those gummies?
Yeah.
What state are you in, Chris?
I'm in Texas. These are CBD gummies, man. They're
So you're not legal there yet, right?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not in the least.
So,
Yeah, so we look at these prestiges.
I didn't.
so basically, Mazzy, from Gene Ammons on is all new today.
So we're okay. Point. Oh, you can't point, obviously. Okay, Gene Ammons.
Gene Ammons right here. Yeah.
I didn't look at these. You guys got me sucked in. I actually bought because of you.
The Candid.
The
Candid Records.
Yeah, I bought 9.
Did you really?
I pre-ordered 9. I think 3 of them are already out, but I waited. So when the other 6 come out, I'm getting 9.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Those look good.
I think it was a drunk dial night when I was watching you guys or whatever.
That's awesome. We have to get some kickbacks from Candid.
Well, you can do. Michael 45 does links where he gets hyperlink. I don't do that, but not to take it. Not that it's a bad thing,
Sure.
Like he does those Amazon whatever things.
Yeah, the affiliate links.
The affiliate. I don't do that.
That's fine. The 200 people that watch our videos, I don't know how much money we're gonna make off of them, but
Well, I just posted an Instagram thing that you guys are live now. I don't know if anyone will notice it.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Awesome, man.
Oh, good. Reverend's here.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Gene Ammons. See, I haven't looked today. I just, yeah.
So who's on this one, Mike? You were going to talk about this one, I think you said. Let me see.
Well, first of all, Mazzy, I feel you. Like they dropped 12 of them, and it was just like I was planning to put an order in for Music Matters Jazz, and then this basically just killed my budget for the week. So I skipped Gene Ammons, but on this one, it's Gene Ammons tenor, Richard Wyans piano, Dud Watkins bass, and J.C. Hurd drums. So it's a quartet. I think it's going to be. I mean, it's called Nice and Cool. I sampled it. It sounds nice and cool. Like it's a chill, laid back, like Gene Ammons record. So I skipped this one. I wasn't looking for that, but yeah, it's Gene Ammons. He's great.
Yeah, I've got this one already. I bought it the first time they did these, whenever that was. I found one last year in a record store. It's great. Nice and Cool is a good title for it because it's kind of what it is. So
yeah, it's on that Movesville label, which is cool.
Yeah, for sure.
So that one, I did pick up Mobley's Second Message.
I did too. Yes.
Yeah.
I just think you could buy almost 4 of these instead of buying the elusive Katie lied.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Correct.
That was so weird, right? That messed up today.
I think someone pushed the post button prematurely.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't want to start anything, but that damn box. I mean, come on. With that
I'm
USB.
not going for it, but because you know me, I hate the box.
I'm not going for it. I mean, I'm strictly jazz beat, like with exception.
I would buy this mobily. I'll probably pre-order this mobily.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Who's
this
on
has okay, so it's a quintet: Hank Mobley, Kenny Dorham, Walter
Mhm.
Bishop, Doug Watkins, Art Taylor. So Kenny Dorham and Hank Mobley, that's pretty killer.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good Mobley.
Have you guys
Actually-
pre-ordered some of these already?
All of them.
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
of them. Wow, you guys are hardcore. But that's because you guys don't have a Harrison Uber box and a Grateful Dead 24 LP.
Oh,
So
speaking of which,
That's
Mazzy,
cool.
on the you discover, I think the Harrison box is 800 now.
well, I have my friend, the archivist, who works for UMG, and I get 30% anyway. So I think I
Oh,
paid
nice.
That's great.
I paid $7 when I got it. So
So
That's
that's
awesome.
good.
That
That's
was the one you basically were like sitting on it in the video, right? Like it was that.
oh yeah, there's at
Right.
the beginning of the video, I'm pushing it on a cart into
Yeah,
my garage.
okay.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so, Felipe found a nice record today.
Talk about that. We'll come back to this.
Oh yes.
Yeah, let's pull that out
You
because
guys are pushing me.
Mazzy, I think you have this record. I'm pretty sure you have the Led Zeppelin Classic Records box.
I do not. Well, okay, I do not. I own Led Zeppelin 2 Classic Records, which I found in Seattle for like $35 when I first moved here, and I didn't know what it was until I got it home. But my friend Coffee Dave, if you know Coffee Dave in my channel,
Yeah.
he bought the Anvil case, the one-sided 45 Anvil case,
Wow.
and he played it once, and he just was at one point he brought it to Easy Street, the local store, on consignment, and after 6 months they didn't sell it. And so I said, with my YouTube channel, do you want me to try to sell it? And so he gave it to me, and it took me a few months, and I finally put it on Discogs, and we ended up, after 3 false buys, because I've never sold anything, so we sold for $9,000.
Wow.
And I got 20%. That was my cut, which is,
Wow.
I think, really fair. I mean, he didn't care. He didn't want it. So
Yeah, no, that's
it wasn't mine. I'm not into 45s that much, and especially one-sided. I think that's
a bit.
Yeah,
much.
yeah. One side is too much.
Yeah.
But I found this one. I was at my local record store today. I got a Classic Records. I never thought I would buy one. So $250, and that's mint.
Yeah.
Absolutely mint.
I like my Led Zeppelin too. I know Patrick, the vinyl archivist, he doesn't like the classic records at all. So,
interesting. Like for any artist?
I think, well, especially the Zeppelin ones, but some of the other ones, he just doesn't like them. He thinks
I've heard Michael 45 say, like, I think there were like QC issues with a lot of the pressings. That sometimes
I think it's 200. Apparently 200 is really hard to make.
Right.
The 200 gram.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then Mike from the In-Groove was saying that you used to be able to, towards the end of Classic Records run, give them like an extra, I don't know, $10 for them to actually open it for you and check it to make sure there weren't any issues. Which is,
I bought a Tommy. I don't have many. I have like maybe 3. Tommy's my favorite, one of my favorite Who albums, and I bought a classic Tommy sealed 2 years ago, and it was $300, and it was sealed, and I got it back, and there's a big glob of vinyl on side 2 at the very beginning. So basically, the first minute and a half are gone. I mean, nothing I can do about it. But it sounds great. But it's,
That's awful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So going back to jazz, I visited my local store. I think someone sold like a big prestige collection, 70s Blue Label originals. I found some really good scores, like $10, $20. This one I bought in shrink. I mentioned the channel, I showed everybody, but this guy here, Morris Nanton.
Make it big so we
Is
can
that
see it.
prestige? That says prestige.
Yeah.
Morris Nanton is a prestige 70s Blue Label.
That's like a mid-70s, probably.
Yes, I think 67, 65. Is a piano trio. Norman Edge on bass and Al Baldini on drums. these guys, they nail it. It's just amazing. I was mesmerized listening to
Is
this.
it soulful bluesy or is it straight ahead?
Little bit of everything, and he hits really hard. It's very nice. The bass is great. I mean, I haven't. It shocked me. This record shocked me. It's really good, really, really good. And today I got this one, George Braith.
Hold it closer. I'm sorry.
No, sorry, again. Sorry.
George
Braith
Braith.
Focused on his camera, so
Yeah.
there you go.
See George Braith?
I don't know that.
Oh, I like the typography on that. That's cool.
Yeah, he had I think the last batch of classic series.
Yeah,
That's a ridiculous cover. Can we just take a look at that cover? What is he holding? Is there a broken saxophone?
I'm sorry, it's gonna go out of focus. No, one on each pocket, kind of like.
No sax in each pocket.
That's ridiculous.
And again, it's Van Gelder, everything. And look at the lineup. You know, Grant Green, John Patton, Eddie Dio, Victor Sproles, Ben Dixon, Richard Landrum. I mean, it's a killer record. Awesome. And I bought it for $20 and I found out on Discord it's going for 50, 60 at least.
That's cool.
Are you going to be a flipper?
No. We have our internal joke here about Flipper.
Yeah.
Flipper, because you're in Florida, like Flipper the dolphin. Flipper.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Between us, among us, when we talk about Flipper, we always put a Flipper kind of gif for our picture.
Yes.
I don't know. I just don't know how to sell records. I'm not a good seller, honestly.
It's easy, man. I started selling a couple of like duplicates I had and stuff. You just put them on Discogs and people buy them.
Yeah,
it's not hard. Then you have to like package it and take it to the post office, which is kind of a drag.
So here's a story. I sent the record to Michael in Germany.
Okay.
So the record, he hasn't made there yet. It was back in late July. The record left Tampa, went to Miami, then to Fort Lauderdale, then to Atlanta, then to Frankfurt, clear customs. And instead of going to Michael, it went back to Mexico. My record is in Mexico now.
Oh God! It's funny. I sent a package when I had the Coleman collection. He bought the Kinks box from me, and the Kinks mono box, and I sent it. And after 6 or 7 weeks, it got returned to me, and I had the right address to his office, and it was a mess. I finally had to drop ship it to Salina, Kansas, and they put it on the pallet that his special helicopter ops thing brings his monthly or weekly pallets.
Helicopter.
Okay. Here's a question. Acoustic sounds. I'm on my app, and I just searched for those, and I did search recent. They have the most wonkiest website. I can't find the page that has all the new things.
Here, I can.
I will post a link to it in the chat here.
Yeah.
You have to have a special.
You know how I feel like same with Discogs. Like their UX isn't great, but like you just have to continue using it, and you figure out like the shortcuts on how to actually navigate it well.
By you saying UX, you must be a programmer or someone.
No, I'm in digital marketing.
Oh, okay.
So that specific link that I custom hand built there will take you to the page.
Okay.
Which is kind of nutty.
I'll look right now.
Yeah.
I got my friend Jazz Shit Brooks to watch you right now. He should be watching.
Hey everyone, we have about 30 people watching.
Oh, that's amazing. So how did we find Felipe?
That was interesting.
That's it.
No, so last week when we were supposed to have our live stream, I was actually driving down to South Florida, and I got stuck in an accident, a storm, and I only made it to my hotel like 2 hours later, and then we just ended up chatting among ourselves.
Yeah,
that's what happened. And I think I made it to like the last 5 minutes of the video, right? Something.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you were able to join.
Yeah.
Do you ever shop at Mojo, Felipe?
Mojo in Tampa?
I don't know.
There's a store called Mojo in Tampa. No, I don't. Maybe I should.
Have you heard this Eddie Lockjaw and Johnny Griffith quintet one?
I streamed it.
Let me bring it back up. Look
That
at
was
it.
Ed Lockjaw. That was a record store they released, right?
No.
No?
It's
No, it's
Oh.
one of the new. It's one of the ones you have here.
Oh, sorry.
scene.
Yeah, there's a
I'll
record
tell
store.
you the
there,
ones
too.
that I picked up. I did not get them all. Let me show you.
It's got Johnny
Oh.
Griffin on it. It's Eddie Lockjaw, Johnny Griffin
The
quintet.
Little Giant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that should be cool.
that should be good. Okay, so
Is it Prestige or New Jazz?
that looks like,
Prestige.
let's see. That's Prestige.
Okay.
71.91.
I've never
Wait,
heard.
I'm sorry. That's a
Never
tenor
heard George Wallington, but doesn't that look like kind of like the French cover of the Dexter Gordon?
Yeah, Jazz for the
Yeah,
Carriage
I mean,
Store.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's on this one, Mike?
It does look
This
like.
one.
The tenor scene.
I don't know him. I don't know George Wallington.
I don't either. I've heard good things about that record just in passing, like reading and stuff, but I don't know anything about it. It looks cool.
When's that? Well, Jimmy Witherspoon. Is that a late '60s?
We'll see.
I don't know.
Sounds like.
So Mazzy, I picked up the Prestige All Stars the Prestige
I'm sorry,
All
you
Stars.
picked what?
I picked up the Prestige All Stars All Night Long. So that second one there.
Yeah.
I have that Jackie McLean already, so I skipped that.
Mhm.
And then if you go back to the other page, I
Okay.
picked up Mobley's Second Message, the Red
Yeah.
Garland Quintet All Morning Long. Which, if you can you click on that one?
Yes.
I got this lineup. So it has. Can you click on the cover?
Lockjaw and Griffith Brooks. What did a series of tough tenors albums? Huh.
Okay, so this has Red Garland, John Coltrane, Donald Byrd, Joyner. I'm not sure who that is. Art Taylor. So that looks like a killer record.
I mean, it's basically a Coltrane album.
That looks so long. That cover looks so lonely, though.
I was about to say, Mazzy, what do you think of that cover? I feel like that's
Actually, I like it. It looks that lonely kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Wait, I missed that. I guess I haven't seen that one yet.
That one's next to Mobley's Message
Okay.
on the first page.
I kind of like really interested in anything with Coltrane on it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, it's good.
You
Hey,
got
Brooks.
this one too.
Brooks, do you know that one, Brooks? If you're watching, do you know that one? Sorry.
Yeah.
Jazz Shit Brooks. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's Red Garland. Okay.
Waxed. Let's get waxed up here.
Yeah, here's the joint. Link me. Okay, hang on. I'm not as good at doing this as Rachel
Okay,
yet.
I think there's only 4 I want, which is not bad.
Which one's you looking at?
The Hank Mobley Second Message, the Eddie Lockjaw and Johnny Griffith, the Gene Ammons, and the Red Garland Quintet.
Nice.
You know, it's funny though. That's Mobley's Second Message, right? On Savoy, he recorded message number 2.
Yeah. Well, and he has the message. So I actually just got this today. Before that dropped, so this is a 1979 reissue of what Felipe's holding, plus the first record called Just the Message. So basically, it's these two records.
The
here.
Arista promo.
So yeah, and I was listening. I spun this twice today. It sounds really good. I think these go for cheap, so people definitely sleep on these.
I have a Yusuf
Found it
Lateef
as
for that.
It's like this is a Lee Morgan on Savoy. It's a
That's
reissue
really
of
good. Yeah.
this record, which goes for a lot of money. Anyway, these don't go for that much money, and they sound very good, and they're awesome. Like they're awesome Savoy.
I'm a big fan of the Savoy stuff and the Dial stuff, and that's why I keep pushing all that early, like the Savoy Dial stuff by Charlie Parker and those twofers. And I like the Philharmonic, the Verve twofers from the late '70s to with the double ones with the illustrations are from '76 to '82, '83, and most of them are mastered by Robert Ludwig. And for older jazz stuff, they're good bargains. And I know the Waxed here is a king.
What about these?
The two those. Every time I have a whole collection, I keep those together. I buy every one, and it's great music. It's not like high-end, audiophile stuff, but it's great stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
Billie Holiday and Ella Fitzgerald and Lester Young and Ben Webster, all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, those like mid 40s, and somebody correct me if this is not exactly right, but they did not adopt tape like when Charlie Parker was recording in those sessions. They would basically cut to a lacquer disc or something like that.
Facts.
So they cannot reissue those with like anything close to what those new reissues from master tape sound like. So a lot of this stuff are just needle drops or digital from needle drops or something like that. So they're never going to sound like a modern reissue is never going to sound.
But that's okay. See, that's where
that's fine.
That's where it's about the stupid music, that type of thing. Because when I showed recently, my friend Brooks and I were kind of chatting about. He has one of our favorite, or I don't know about favorite, but we have the CD box, this really long box of Louis Armstrong, the 5 and 7. Whatever the quintet, not quintet, 5 and 7.
Yeah,
and those are like from the 20s and 30s recordings, and some of them even before microphones existed, where they recorded directly from vibrations, and it's great music. It's so great, but you don't see people talking about that stuff. And not that I love the Prestige, I love the Blue Note. It's not taken away from that, but there's so much more stuff too.
Oh yeah.
I love that video with all the jazz CD stuff you showed. I had no idea those boxes.
That was good.
I have a huge CD box. I mean, that's why when I've done a bunch of videos with Brooks, Jazz Shit Brooks here, who's watching now, and he's all in a CD. He's not really a vinyl guy anymore, and he has almost all the Mosaic boxes. Wow. When Kaskuna was doing those, they did some vinyl, but he did all, and they're amazing stuff. Every outtake, every version, from Hank Mobley to Lee Morgan to Nat Cole to whoever,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I have all those Miles boxes, and they're phenomenal. Just those booklets are beautiful.
Right.
Man, what was the one in the metal box, Mazzy? That one was cool looking. The one in the rusty metal box.
Oh, Bill Evans.
Yeah.
That's the one where I was joking, but it's not too far off where you need a tetanus shot because it's sharp and it's.
I was gonna say that.
And it's patinaed it's supposed to rust and everything. The later issue was without the metal box. That's all the Verve Bill Evans stuff, and it's those boxes are so silly. That was a time of when CDs were huge, and Rhino and Verve were doing these weird. Nothing was consistent, which is like all you guys, not you, but people love these UHQRs and one steps because they look like a library. And those were every shape and format of a box set and CD.
Yeah.
What's up, Rob?
Well, I have a lot of the twofers these albums come from. But so my dilemma is I want to buy this Bill Evans box. But I wanted to collect.
Did you put your pre-order in? Because haven't you hit your
the thing was, I wanted the guy who bought that video game album, I wanted to make sure he got it and was happy with it.
Okay.
But in the last 2 days, I've sold $500 worth of other records. So
you're halfway there.
Yeah,
no. I've already sold enough to buy the Bill Evans box. If I told you how much the video game soundtrack went for, it's almost enough to buy the Bill Evans box.
Andy, you're teasing us. I want to see what you got.
Huh?
Andy just sent a message saying that he got some good stuff from an antique store today, but he's watching the Braves game.
Yeah, I went to an estate sale today, too, and I picked up a bunch of good stuff.
Let's see what you got.
I got this twofer, but, all his recorded stuff does not sound good.
Yeah.
You were just saying.
This sounds like
recorded. I feel like you have to think of it as like archival and the context of this is somebody that's paving the way for what's about to come.
Well, he's paving the way. This sounds like you were in the club, but in the restroom in the third stall.
Oh shit!
After a couple of shots, and speaking of which you're drinking,
I remember those, but which one is that? What is that? Sure.
This is.
Does it have years on it? Does it say when they're...
The first one is Bird on 52nd Street.
Okay, so that's a live concert then?
This is what's funny. This was mastered by Van Gelder.
Yeah.
But it sounds like it was mastered by Rudy Giuliani.
But it's the source. It's the source that he's using, not the master.
I know. The second one is Bird at St. Nick's.
Oh, that's a good record.
Is there black hair dye on the inside cover?
That one should sound better. Did you sample the Bird at St. Nick's one?
No, I've only listened to the first one.
That
but
one I think should sound better.
I want to clean.
Although it's still not going to sound that great.
I want to clean it, but here's an interesting. This isn't jazz, but none of you guys. I don't think anyone's really as old. Mazzy's older, but I don't know if you know. So back in the 70s,
I'm not that much older. Oh yeah, I am actually.
Yeah, back in you're old. You're old enough that I don't think you knew about this.
What is that? What is it?
So back in the 70s on PBS, they did. This was like a Spanish Sesame Street. It was a bilingual called Via Alegre. Carmen Zaputa was a famous Spanish actress. I think she was.
Is that the one with the fruit on her head?
No, that's Carmen Miranda.
No, that's Carmen Miranda. Actually, Carmen Miranda is
like the soundtrack from that
Bossa.
show. See? Oh my God. So I got that. I got this. These are all $2 at this estate sale.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Great Slick album, Journey. But I'll show you this one. Here, Mazzy, I'm going to ask you because it doesn't say it on here. Was this one of those Lose Leaders?
I don't know what I've never seen that in my entire life.
Well, it's like
I think those people served me at the Denny's down the corner.
No, these were one of the ladies me and Mazzy were texting about.
Okay,
don't get the joke.
The jazz bums should never have had you and I in the same thing. You're gonna get Jewish stick for 20 minutes.
Let's have fun. Let's have fun.
This is Warner Brothers, though. This seems to me like it was a Lose Leader because it's a comp with all these Warner Brothers acts. B-52s is on here, Rock Lobster. It's like all Mary Lou Hair, but none of these bands go together. But here's the interesting one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
That's a great picture.
Yeah, this thing. Usually these tubers don't go for killer money. This goes for some dough.
You got that today?
Yeah, at this estate sale for $2.
I'll double your money on it right now, man.
What's the label on that look like? Is it that blue MCA Records label?
No. They did this for these. I have a bunch of these. They came out with like.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Those two.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
So this was mint. This looks like it's never been played.
Very cool.
Let's go back to Charlie Parker for a moment because Brooks had a statement here that Parker. Oh, they're not that. That's not the right one.
There was a Parker Mosaic that only solos that was recorded by a fan. Is that?
Wow.
That must be a CD Mosaic, I think.
Yeah, he has all the CDs.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Where was it on here?
Hey Brooks, where was it recorded by? Like, was it a New York club?
That's killer stuff.
That's ridiculous. Wow.
Hey, here, I'll do a little sample for you. Charlie Parker.
Do they have a separate section like at Dead Concerts where they can have the tapers record the Charlie Parker shows?
That's at least what the first album sounded like. I thought my needle was dirty. I thought like a big clump of dust was on it.
Yeah.
When I was trying to listen to this.
Oh
yeah. I think Van Gelder was sleepy when he mastered this. I have that. I have not opened it yet.
I haven't opened it either.
Because
God,
I heard really
guys that don't open records.
I open most records,
I don't get it.
It's
I don't want to
keep sealed.
I heard that box. I heard that when Bert. So you guys know the story that they were going out west, and he was basically looking for a fix on the journey. He like jumped off the train, and then I forget who had to, Dizzy had to go like find them, bring him back, and he got out to L.A. and he went on a huge bender. And he recorded stuff to help support him, and that's what that box is. And apparently, it's not the greatest Charlie Parker because he was the.
But
man, look, I opened it just for Mazzy. It's open now. It's
all right. Yeah, let's do an unboxing. Make yourself big.
That's great. That's great.
Chris, make yourself big. I want to see the unboxing.
Okay,
let's do a quick
I'm not
unboxing.
opening mine.
Open it now.
Now, do it.
All right. So this was from Record Store Day last year. I just haven't listened to it yet. But,
where do you know where it was recorded in LA? Does
No, it's all Mazzy. It's
let me
stuff
see.
from all over the place.
Yeah.
It's not one recording.
So
Like,
was
No,
it
it's a bunch.
in your apartment in Santa Monica, Rob?
yeah, it was done inside a
Oh,
dumpster.
cool.
You
Please
live
were
by
kinda
that
neat.
Hooters that used to be in Santa Monica.
No, I do not live near that.
Oh,
So,
But I was there a lot.
So this was recorded between 45 and 52. And it's the only known recordings from Billy Bergs on December 17th, 1945. 3 previously unknown Jazz at the Philharmonic recordings are also included. There's a recording from a party at G. Ryer's Zorthians, Bohemian Alchemia Ranch or something. I'm probably butchering all of that. So anyway, so it's a hodgepodge of stuff.
Yeah, but that place was like this crazy party house. I read about that.
apparently this is the complete Dean Benedetti recordings of Charlie Parker. Brooks sent me this. This was a mosaic.
Oh, cool.
I don't know anything
That's
about
beautiful.
it. I don't. Yeah.
Interesting. I was looking at
Benedetti. That's like, the Rob Wax, the vinyl community recordings of Santa Monica type of thing.
Man, you're gonna stay on this, aren't you?
So Mazzy, what do you have any new acquisitions in your collection?
Jazz wise, I write.
Yeah, jazz wise.
Yeah. Let's see, my latest jazz stuff, which all you guys know about. I mean,
oh, that looks awesome, Felipe. What is that?
That's for Rob.
What's for me?
That's part 2. No, that's part 1.
Yeah. Do you want part 2?
Oh, on Steeplechase?
Yeah, that's a steeplechase.
Mine's on Inner City, but it's the same.
That's the same,
Yeah.
Do you want part 2?
I don't know. Do you want part 1, or do you don't care?
It's not the best. It doesn't sound like it's the best recording.
I mean, these are the ones you guys.
This one sounds good.
Since you've been getting all these things,
Let's see.
all this.
Oh yeah.
And this, I love this, and
I didn't get that.
And this and the second volume is pre-order. Now today only. Brooks and any of you guys today 40% on UMG site.
Oh yeah, you know what? I waited and they sold out of those Kenny Burrell and Grant Green.
Oh.
Oh dang! I didn't even think about ordering those.
Oh yeah, that's good.
This is not jazz related exactly, but I'm a big fan of Analog Africa, the records, and the Movers is so good.
Yeah, This is a killer one, man.
Love
it. Yeah.
This, it's funny. I'm a big Flora Purim fan. Brooks and I think I saw it with Brooks. I could be wrong. We saw Flora and Airto right after they got out of prison after their drug bullshit in the mid 70s at Zellerbach in Berkeley. And I fell in love with Flora and Airto from the first 2
she's great.
albums, the Polygram one and Light as a Feather and the ECM one. I love Flora Purim. I was a little doubtful about this, and the first track was a little too schmaltzy for me, and it has her daughter on it. But the rest of it was really good, and she covers 500 Miles High, which is on that first Return to Forever record. So I like this one. That's Brazilian. There you go, Felipe.
What label's that on?
It's like Strut. It's an import. I got it through Bandcamp. It came out about 4 months ago. But I like Flora. She hasn't done an album in so long. I got this from Fred.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I'm still trying.
It's an old. It's like a.
Yeah.
Nice.
I still try to get this one.
And this was a record, not record store day. I forgot what this was. Craft Record Store Day.
Oh, I got this one.
This is great. This is a great gospel record. Really good. Gospel soulful record.
Nice.
So
very cool.
Yeah.
It was a good mix.
Yeah. Oh, so let me show you what I got at my record store today. Besides that one. Where are they? I posted some of those, all Prestige originals. They're amazing. Eddie Daniels. Do you guys know this guy?
No, but that looks cool. I read about that after you posted it. It looks awesome.
Yeah, so I posted, I think, who was that? Matt or Wayne commented on this. He still plays. He's still alive. Prestige Blue Label. Amazing. I highly recommend this record. Highly recommend.
Cool.
Charles McPherson.
That's cool. Clifford Jordan, Barry Harris. Who else is on that?
Cliff Jordan, Barry Harris, George Tucker, Alan Dawson.
Cool.
Was that like 70s or 60s?
60s, like mid 60s, between 65 and 67.
I bet I was like that.
All the Blue Label Van Gelders.
Well, that's a pretty cool score, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one more. This on the bottom, Coral. $20. Original.
Art Farmer. Nice.
I like the Coral label.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cool looking.
I think I have an Alcon Coral.
Does it sound any good? The other one you have? Because the one I have sounds like crap.
No, I haven't played it yet. I just got back home, and the first thing I had to do was to play my Led Zeppelin record to see.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, my other Coral would be Alcon with Bobby Brookmeyer, Alcon Quintet.
Yeah.
And they're all pristine, all in shrink.
Who's on that? What's the lineup? There's Art Farmer.
Art Farmer, Eddie Costa, Milt Hinton, and Gus Johnson.
That's pretty cool. Mills Hinton and Art Farmer. That's like more stuff.
Do y'all have any of those? Do y'all have any of those Everest archive records that are
They're horrible? Don't buy them.
No.
They're cheap. They're cheap. Crappy recordings. I had an Errol Garner.
I picked up a classical Everest when I first started collecting, and it sounded like god awful. It was terrible.
Archive is cool, though.
Like that.
Yeah.
I went to my record store, but I'm going to return this because
is that a Bethlehem?
No. This is a Blue Note. My camera's bad. This is really blue. It looks great.
Oh yeah, 3 sounds.
But I always try. It's hard to find 3 sounds records.
Do
you have any 3 sounds?
I'm not too into them.
They're good, but this is a DMM.
Okay.
Oh.
I tend to like those, but this is all good. It didn't look as scuffed up in the store as it is, so I'm gonna return it.
Yeah, I probably should have a 3 sounds record. I feel like.
Well, there are two that are really good.
There's the one with Stanley Turrentine, right? With the
No.
Oh, the Blue Hour, yeah.
One that they did with another person. There's one with Lou Donaldson. That's good.
Okay.
I don't have that one, and then but I think they did like 12 records for Blue Note, maybe more.
They also did.
They were bestsellers. They were bestsellers.
They recorded for other labels too. I can't remember which ones, but
they recorded for Verve. They have a few Verve.
Okay.
They had one on Limelight. I don't know.
That's like a Liberty. It's like a Liberty thing.
Yeah.
But a solo like Gene Harris has a bunch of solo stuff too. But the one I want to get actually was a record store day. Was I think a Renaissance, whatever that. Or,
that new. Yeah.
The live. It's a live one.
Residence.
It's a live.
Not Residence. Resonance.
Yeah.
It's the Residence, but it's a live album that they sell out of those and then they go for.
Are you going to be like Michael from the In Groove when you talk about Saturday night and Friday night? It's flamingo music instead of flamenco. He said that he gets live Saturday night. The excuse me, Jocko and Demiola, and what's the other guy?
Yeah, man.
De Lucia.
Paco De Lucia.
Paco De Lucia.
Yeah, but what's the third guy?
McLaughlin, right?
McLaughlin.
Yeah.
He talked about being flamingo music. You guys should get, if you don't have, I don't know if you're into fusion at all, but before the Mahavishnu Orchestra became all that electric fusion stuff on Columbia, the first album, My Goals Beyond, it's acoustic bass, it's sort of spiritual. It's really a beautiful record. And I suggest get My Goals Beyond before he did the big Mahavishnu Orchestra records. Probably 1970, maybe. Brooks,
it's 70,
my guide here.
71.
Is it 71?
Yeah.
It's an offshoot of Columbia.
It's label's called Douglas.
Yeah, but it was distributed by Columbia, at least eventually, maybe not originally.
Yeah.
It's a really beautiful, spiritual, kumbaya kind of record, acoustic based, but I highly recommend it. My Goals Beyond.
Oh, cool. He does, so on side 2, so side 1, he does a song called Piece 1 and then Piece 2.
Yep.
Then side 2, he does Goodbye Pork Pie Hat, so that's the Mingus tune.
Yep.
and then he does a Chick Corea waltz for Bill Evans. So there's some cool stuff. He does Blue and Green, the Miles Davis Bill. They credit Bill Evans here in the
Yeah.
Wikipedia.
It's a really
That's cool.
That's my first McLaughlin record, and then I kind of got into. I remember buying. There's that one that George Martin produced, and of course I had to buy it because George Martin produced it. The big, I forgot who it is, with not Jean-Pierre Rampal, who is one of the big orchestration by, I forgot who did that one.
Like a Gil Evans type person?
Well, yeah, but it was
Don Sebesky?
Is it Jean-Pierre? God, not Michael, not
Michel Legrand.
Not Jarre. I'm thinking of Jarre, but not Jarre. Not Michel Jarre. Someone tell me, Brooks. Come on, tell me.
Let's go, Brooks.
Yeah.
Come on, Brooks. He's my researcher here.
Okay, I'm not buying all those prestige that dropped. I'm only buying.
What are you getting, Rob?
I'm getting Red Garland,
Yep.
both Jackie McLean's, the
Cool.
Hank Mobley, and the both All Stars.
Nice.
But
Well,
my goal was to get every single one of
Me
these.
too.
It's this one.
I agree.
The irony, it's orchestrated by Michael Tilson Thomas, who became the San Francisco's symphony conductor years later.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
It's an amazing cover.
Over the top, very orchestrated. It's not a bad record. But,
Well, I'm definitely going to check out the My Goals Beyond. That looks cool for sure.
Yeah, that's a great record.
Yeah, that looks very cool. So I got some pickups these past 2 days or so, just a couple here. This is my first Pablo.
Oh, yeah.
This is Duke Ellington and Ray Brown. This one's for Blanton. This is really beautiful. They play off of each other really nicely. I thought this was going to be good. I mean, Duke Ellington and Ray Brown. I mean, how could it be bad? But this is like exceptional. I only paid $10 for it, which is pretty reasonable. I think like on Discogs it goes for a little bit more than that, but it's on the Pablo label, and yeah, just super happy. It's very clean.
I like
They're great.
them.
They're always great.
They don't get a lot of love, but they're really well recorded.
I agree. This is my only Pablo, so I'm definitely going to keep looking.
I have the Joe Pass and the Ella Fitzgerald and
And I already showed that.
Duke Ellington, the Azure, Côte d'Azur.
This is also a recent one. I picked up Cliff Jordan. This is the MMJ one. This was still within a reasonable price range, so I just snagged it because this is awesome. This is like blown away.
It's good.
That's
an unusual cover for Blue Note.
That's 45.
Very
I feel
simple,
like the cover at first made me like, because the cover can draw you in, and this didn't do that. I was like, oh, that looks like, I don't know, like an old
Looks like a reissue, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's not. It's really good.
I think it turned people off to buy it, but it's really a good record.
Yeah, and you know
I
who
like
turned me
this
on?
one.
I was watching. Do you guys watch the Jazz Basement? I forget the guy's name, but he buys like original pressings, and he found an original of this and was talking about it very highly. So I checked it out, and then I saw Music Matters had it in stock, so I picked it up. But it's awesome.
They seem to find things like every few months in the couch or under the orders.
So listen to this lineup. You have Cliff Jordan, right? He's playing tenor. You have Art Farmer on trumpet, George Tucker and Louis Hayes on drums, and Sonny Clark on piano. I mean, that is like a crazy good one. So
what number is that? 15 what?
1592.
That's
Yeah.
45.
1582.
I don't know what's funny. It's 1594. Look at how colors are similar.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if
That's
it
a good one,
wasn't.
too.
I wonder who was designing those. If it wasn't.
Was it
What's his name?
not Reed?
Reed
Reed.
Miles. Yeah, this doesn't have his name on it. So
It seems a little lazy for them.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like something that came out last week. It's kind of
Right?
amazing.
Yeah.
It looks
So
like
just-
they were trying to make an old cover like last week.
yeah.
Yeah. He
It looks
just
like
says,
one of Rob's thumbnail designs.
yeah.
Hey, I
Oh,
So
we
what I
gotta
did-
wait. We gotta be very respectful. We're guests here.
Oh,
okay.
Fine.
I'll take this back.
We do want to keep this live stream up, so please try to keep it.
Yeah.
Keep your.
I did put it.
on.
I have a 33 that is VG plus-ish of the Bill Evans Shelly Man album. I think I'm going to buy that. They repressed the 45.
Oh yeah,
The
Yeah,
Verve,
that's a
yeah.
really cool cover.
That album is excellent. That is
Yeah.
a really
Wait.
good album.
What is
Chris,
it?
can you pull that up?
I don't know. What is it?
Yeah, I
That's
have an
cool.
original, but it's really beaten up. I think I might get that one as well.
Yeah,
What is
I
it?
think I'm gonna. I have $300 I'm spending.
Rob, what's the title of it so Chris can pull it up? I just want to show
It
the cover. The cover's really cool.
Empathy? Is that it?
I think so. I have it
Are
upstairs.
you guys into like kumbaya meditation jazz stuff at all, or is that?
Yeah,
just-
you mean
Because
spiritual?
there are two records. Brooks and I don't know if Brooks remembers that. He might have come on. We worked at this record factory store together in San Francisco. But there are two records. Every time we play, we'd sell a shitload of these records. And one is Paul Horn's Inside.
Okay.
And it's flute playing he recorded live in the Taj Mahal. And it's very ambient. It's just a beautiful recording on
I
Epic
think I remember you
Records.
talking about this.
Yeah. And the other record that is kind of a kumbaya record, we would sell a ton of it. Not compared to Fleetwood Mac or something like that, but it would be a Tony Scott Music for Zen Meditation with a purple cover of a Buddha. Those two records in like 1974, 75, we put them on because a lot of people, of course, this is San Francisco in the 70s, would want this kind of music and didn't know how to find it. So if you like sort of meditation, massage, late night music, Paul Horn's Inside. He did a later one also at the Pyramids later,
Okay.
but the one Inside is really good.
That's cool.
Well, I'll tell you. I have the Pyramid one, but there's also the blue. I have the Blue Note reissue series from '76 where he went to India. So it's a lot of that stuff. It's really good.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's great when you read the story in the liner notes of Inside. They just basically kind of showed up and waited and went in. You hear like occasionally the guy chanting in the Taj Mahal. It's just so beautiful.
That's cool. I'll check those out too.
Yeah.
All right.
Mazzy, one of my favorite parts of your collection is you have like a section that's just for, I forget what you call it. It's like lounge jazz. It's like Jackie Gleason. And do you know what I'm talking about? It's like those covers are the best covers.
That's it. It's called cocktail party stuff.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I aspire to have a cocktails collection.
That stuff's cheap too. I mean,
I know.
record. Yeah.
There's a
It's
lot
got
of
exotica lounge like Martin Denny and Baxter and Jackie Gleason and just anything with a cocktail on the cover.
yeah.
Did you say you're going to have a new series on your channel, Mazzy? Meditative massages with Mazzy?
I'm looking for anything I can, get a hook into. Sure.
It's not on his channel. It's in person when you come over.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So what
So a lot of people were talking about Pablo in the comments when you showed
Oh,
that.
yeah.
record.
I picked up. There's a really good movie called The Silent Partner with Elliot Gould and
Oh, I got it.
And Haish,
no, stop.
Ooh.
too soon. Sorry.
No, the Sound of Music dude. What's his name?
Okay, so starring Elliot Gould, Christopher
And
Plummer, and
Christopher
Susan
Plummer.
York.
Wow.
Christopher Plummer?
Christopher Plummer and Oscar Peterson did the soundtrack. I'll pull it out. I have it
Oh,
over
cool.
here. Yeah, and that's on Pablo. I picked that up.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm looking for. There's an Oscar Peterson, Joe Pass, Neil Hennings, Orsted Pedersen record that I'd like to get. That's on Pablo. But I was really impressed. So this is my first Pablo, and I've obviously heard of it before. I just haven't really dove into it. But like the old jackets are really nice, like gloss covered, thick, like stock. It comes with this insert with session photos in it.
Oh, wow.
Like really, for $10, I was like so happy to add this to my collection.
That was Norman Grant's
Yeah.
relabel after years ago selling Ball Fur.
Yeah, I don't know the thought behind him going Pablo today, or these little offshoots.
Oh,
I think those were recorded. I don't know.
digitally, right?
This has here's all the personnel on it.
Is that okay? Benny Carter, Clark Terry, Zoot Sin. I mean, that's
It's,
pretty
It's
crazy.
insane, right? Like it's
not
just,
bad, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's the soundtrack to this movie. This is a very good movie.
Cool.
It's very Hitchcockian.
It sounds
Oh.
awesome.
What
Like
year is that?
Susanna York. Yeah.
These are my Pablos. I just keep them right next to me. So
What do you got?
Are you guys now? Are you guys? I don't. The only I'm trying to think. The only labels that I keep together are my Music Matters Jazz and my Analog Africa. I don't keep any. Oh, my Tone Poets too.
What about Impulse?
I don't keep Impulse together.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't keep any other. Apple Records because I Beatle thing.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I don't keep labels together. I'm not one of those. You know.
I have not organized my records. They are scattered indiscriminately throughout. So I have to do that.
So you have some of them down in Venice and down on the
No,
like.
if
Long
my
Beach.
my apartment looks like a place that a TV show will come and shoot an episode and take me to
TLC.
rehabilitation.
TLC episode.
I want to get sponsored and do a West Coast tour for a vinyl community. I want
cool.
Volkswagen because Volkswagen's coming out with this new electric version of the Volkswagen bus.
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to have them sponsor me. Use the bus. Michael from Balmoral wants to shoot it, and we want to do a road trip.
What happened to his channel? He hasn't.
He took it down. He's a great guy. We
His
text
channel
him.
was awesome.
He's just been busy with Balmoral. They're recording their second album for Deutsche Grammophon, and but he was a photographer too. So we've been talking about that every once in a while. Like I'd love for him to do it and get sponsored, and then do those kind of things and show up, at the wax house and like come and remodel his apartment.
And organize his records for him.
It'd be like HGTV, those shows where they come for a weekend and.
Would it be more like Hoarders, maybe, with all the records just piled all around him?
Oh, I dealt with that with my friend Vernon, who died, and Coleman wasn't as bad, but my friend Vernon, who died, was a hoarder. It turned out, sad stuff.
Wow.
You guys coming in? No, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I put all my labels together. Am I just for jazz though, not for anything else.
Uh-oh.
This is Remy. He's just
Later.
waiting. What's up, buddy?
An intervention.
Yeah.
We'll play later, buddy. We're doing vinyl talk right now.
No.
Hey, Brooks mentions, are you guys into black jazz? I never bought any of those black jazz reissues.
Oh, I have a few.
Yeah.
of them.
Me neither.
They're great deals.
But do you like the music? I mean, that's the
Oh, no,
question.
no.
That's a free jazz label, right?
It's free jazz, funk jazz. The one that you should get is I had an appointment today, so I'm a little fried. Let me I'll pull out the horse Tapscott is good. Horse Tapscott. You have any of those?
We were just talking about Horace Tapscott.
Oh, Brooks is issuing a correction. It's not free jazz.
It's not free jazz?
It's kind of.
Brooks, let us know what
Brooks
I don't
lives
think
in
this. It's
Brooks
there,
lives in San Francisco, right next to the SF Jazz building in the Hayes Valley, which is an amazing place.
They're all put out by Real Gone Music.
Okay.
This is technically not a black jazz title, but this is a really good one that you should get.
The black jazz has a little
my wife is watching Bosch right now. Do you guys know this show?
Yeah, Bosch is awesome.
The show starts with him and Amoeba Records talking about that artist you just showed.
Horace Tapscott?
Yeah, and saying that he made like the like Trans-African Orchestra or something like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah, I think they own all the black jazz titles. Or
Okay,
at least
here's a trivia question, not about jazz, but about Tower Records. What's the one Woody Allen movie? There's a scene shot in Tower Records on Broadway in New York.
I could guess. I don't know, but I would guess Manhattan. That might be too early, I guess.
Have you watched the new Bosch, Harry?
Anyway, it's
Bosch
Hannah and her
Legacy?
sisters. Hannah and her sisters. There's a scene.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When
Not
when
that
I
he
came,
cares, but
yeah,
I throw that out there.
yeah. When I came to the US, there was a Tower Records next to where I lived in DC, but it's closed. But I visited Tower Records in 2015 in Tokyo. It's impressive.
It's still
Where,
there.
which, where did you live in DC when you lived there?
I lived in Bethesda. I lived and worked in Bethesda.
Yeah.
Were you a dentist there too?
No.
You were working, that's the NIH area, right?
Yeah, I was working at the NIH, just doing research. I came to do
work?
research. Yeah.
Oh, my brother-in-law's parents worked there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So my degree, everything I took in Brazil. So I came here to do research. 5 years NIH and then 5 years at Stanford. And then research is a great idea, but doesn't fill your pocket. So I said, what do I have to do to get my clinical license here? So that's what I did. And then ended up in
So
Florida.
who did you sleep with, Felipe?
No, man, it was like 3 years. So in Brazil, I got paid my socialism, right? I got paid my school, my master's, my PhD. I never paid taxes. I got paid to do all of that. Here to get my degree, 2 years of residency at UF, almost 300,000.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yep. 6% APR.
That's a shame. That's like twisting the
Right.
knife.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm happy. Yeah. I mean, so remember, I think it was 2010 or 11, there was the sequestration of funds by the Republicans against Obama. So even like the air control towers were shut.
Mhm.
So they shut down a lot of grants that we had. So that's when I said I'm fed up with that. I'm gonna work clinically again. So yeah, I am back in clinics. But I did a lot of hearing research, so a lot of cool pictures of the ear. I know how the ear works. That's cool. And I chop a lot of heads. A lot of rat heads. I chopped a lot.
This is a cool record. My friend Brooks made me buy it when we were in San Francisco. The reissue of this.
Yeah, that's great. How about
Oh
that?
yeah.
Too?
Oh, that's a
I
good
heard
one.
it doesn't sound good.
Sounds good to me.
I think it sounds fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
I have.
Brooks made me buy this. He forced me to buy this.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
That's on my want
I
list.
do like it. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, me too.
Can I do my Mazzy impression?
Okay.
So this is not the one Mazzy was showing is the Real Gom Music reissue. This I'm going to open it up. This is a Scorpio reissue.
Oh.
Well, mine's a Virgo. Mine's a Virgo.
Dubious.
Dubious.
So now I heard they're both digital, I'm guessing, right?
I'm sure they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering which one would sound better. These Scorpios are not horrible. These Scorpio reissues.
Mine sounds better because it's in my house, Rob.
I mean, the
Yeah,
Scorpio.
I don't have any Scorpios, but I nearly bought a few Sunraw Scorpios just because those records are just impossible to get.
So it's great that it's a Scorpio, and the second track is called Libra by Gary Bartz.
Oh, there you go.
So it's like two of the signs right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The Scorpio, I have a few Blue Note Scorpios, and they're fine. They're flat, and they're not dirty, and I don't know where they press them at. They're still issuing them.
Oh yeah.
They're not legit though.
Yeah, I don't think they're.
I thought they are legit.
I don't think
I don't
so.
think they are.
I don't know.
I don't know how
I
they
can never tell.
Come on, man.
That one is because of Rhino, right?
Yeah.
So Rhino worked with them forever, but the Blue Notes don't have that on them. It
Is
just
the
has,
cover a little like fuzzy, the image?
I mean, sort of, I guess.
It's a little washed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Members Don't Get Weary was recorded in '68, released in '68. It has Max Roach drums, Charles Tolliver trumpet, Gary Bartz alto sax, Stanley Cowell piano and electric piano, Jerry Merritt electric bass, and then Andy Bay on vocals on track 5.
Wow.
And what kind of style is that?
I missed.
Is that like a funk, like jazz funk?
It's not really. I wouldn't say.
No, it's pretty straightforward jazz. It's sort of.
Oh, it says. Okay.
Would you call it mono?
They're calling it post bop.
Yeah, that's what.
But I think that's pretty broad.
I think it's more. I think it's more mono.
Like post bop is like To me, that sounds like a
Modal?
time period.
You mean-
not a genre.
I don't know what that means.
It
Modal?
means
Modal?
Huh?
You're thinking of modal?
modal.
Mono. Mono.
Mono.
Mono.
Come on,
Have
bro.
mononucleosis. Have you had
Mono.
mononucleosis?
Oh, yeah,
Rob?
mono. Okay.
Yeah.
It's that says mono, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
I think it is flamingo.
No, it's a little more. It's more. I think that's like it's late '60s, right?
Rob, these guys are never
Yeah.
going to invite us back after today.
No, that's fine.
This
Oh,
is
we
my
are.
second time with them. They're
We're all getting de-wrenched right now.
And then, yeah. So now a question, Mazzy. Since you talked about Jess album cover, this cover, look at this cover here. Hang on.
Hang on,
Yeah,
let
the
me
flow.
zoom in
Can you make
here.
them big, Chris?
Yeah.
You can. I made you
Oh,
an
yeah.
admin, Dan.
Oh, I can.
that's not a tone poet, is it?
No, that's a
No, that looks like
Look at this cover. Yes,
Like
look
a
at this
match.
cover.
yeah. I have that. I have the reissue of that.
Yeah,
Okay,
me too.
so look at this cover now.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't really see it.
Yeah, can you take it out of the sleeve? Can you take both
You
of them out
know,
of the sleeve?
some people get very upset in the difference. You know, think about it. Decades later, covers. Sometimes you do a scan of the
No, well,
original. You don't usually
It's
you
the
don't have the
printing.
original negatives. What's great about Tone Poet is they have access to the Michael Cascuna owns the Francis Wolff archive.
Yeah,
They can go to the original negatives, but a lot of times you're scanning the cover, the printing may be offset,
Yeah.
it might be different.
yeah. So here,
Wow.
in this record, I mean, I think the tone point blew up the colors too much.
Yeah,
It's too,
could be.
it's too, it's too
I haven't
contrasty.
compared it, but you know, even when records came out, let's say in the 70s, from
Yeah.
2 or 3 years difference of a pressing, the covers can look different right then too.
Yes.
Well, I could tell you that I did a video talking about those new Prestige reissues. I got the Gene Ammons one with the woman like this,
Yeah.
and I have an OG of it, and they are very different.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Which one do you like
The
better?
one, yeah, the one I got, Rob, she's winking at me.
Yeah, I had I spoke about this before, but I had a Soul Train reissue with RBG stamped, and then I had the new Analog Productions one, and I kind of like the RBG stamped one better.
Yeah.
This is funny because it looks like they doesn't look like this someone fixed it, but it looks like it was done professionally. Like it
Did
did.
they put the stereo? Like,
No,
is it-
so there's an outline of stereo. Maybe it didn't get filled in. See how this is like this?
oh yeah.
It looks like
I
they,
think
yeah,
this is I think this is like a printing mistake.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
it looks like it's out of register almost.
Yeah,
Right.
it does.
So they
Yeah.
had to go. They had to go back over
Yes.
the covers with a piece of tape,
Huh.
like that.
That's weird.
But this is so
That's cool.
vastly different than the analog production.
Which one do you like better?
Maybe this one. I mean, okay, I'll go pull out my analog productions. This looks like a normal face. The analog productions looks like it's stretched out a little.
That
Yeah.
one
Which
looks like
one
Ulrike.
sounds better, though?
Yeah.
Well, this is VG, so there's noise in
Okay.
it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Huh.
Yeah. I mean, I love the new reissue series, like all of them. But I will say, like getting an original, there's something special about that.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
I
I
think-
understand.
yeah,
But some they're so expensive now in some cases.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
You know,
Yeah, whenever
I mean,
it's not-
ECM are still cheap relatively.
I just got an ECM. I ordered it yesterday. Let me tell you the one.
Which one is it?
Hold
Oh,
on, let me get it. It's my first ECM, and it is I basically went on the Hoffman forums to like see what people were recommending for the label, and oh, come on, it is this one here. It's Dave Holland Quartet Conference of the Birds.
Yeah.
It has Sam Rivers on tenor sax. It's like a pretty out there record, but it's out there in a way that I like. It sounded really great, so I ordered that.
You know, as much as everyone likes to, I mean, I'm included joking on it, but Cone Concert by Keith Jarrett is such a great moody record. I mean, it's got his moans and his, you know, but the recording of that record, and that was such a huge record, those
Yeah.
Keith Jarrett records. And then there's 2 solo records by Chick Corea with
Yeah.
Scripts Volume 1 and 2 solo piano. are really beautiful.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that Cone concert one.
Yeah, it's one of those records that everybody into jazz or
Yeah.
into
I'm going to say,
That's a double LP, right, Mazzy?
pardon me, it's double LP.
Yeah.
I'm going to
There's
say
also the box, the Lucen, which is I think it's a double too. It's in a blue box. That came out before Colne, I think. That's a really good one too.
this is the first ever ECM record.
Oh,
but this
who's
is a
on that?
reissue of it. It's
I
a
don't know who
the
that is.
Mal Waldron trio.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I checked out that one too.
This was the reissue for the 50th anniversary. It's a double record.
Oh, cool.
But I have tons that I sell. I like the John Abercrombie because he shreds the guitar on his records. Like Timeless. I highly recommend that one. It's a pretty rocking album.
There's ECM got a reputation. There's a certain ambiance, moodiness to some of their stuff, but it's really good. I'm a big fan. I remember buying on Vanguard Record the first album by Oregon, and that's Ralph Towner and Paul McCandless and Walcott. I forgot their name, and then they went to ECM. And Ralph Towner is this guitar player, lives up in the Pacific Northwest, and his records. A lot of what's great about ECM. Manfred Eichroyd, what's his name, almost produced everything, I think.
Okay.
And he put a lot of his artists together in different configurations. And Ralph Towner, it's kind of like he's more neoclassical in a way than jazz guitar player, but it's just a really good mood to it if you're in the mood to that stuff.
There's it's Pat Metheny's birthday. There's Pat Metheny stuff.
Yep. I haven't really gotten into him, but I'm just looking at ECM's discography, and it is overwhelming.
I've got a couple.
They put out so much stuff.
What's a good album is Egberto Gismonti. Brooks and I always joke about his name. Egberto Gismonti on ECM.
Gismonti.
Oh, Gismonti. See,
How do you spell that?
Gismonti. It's like Gilberto.
It's great talk. Okay, I got corrected from you Portuguese people because I don't say it right.
Is this one of the chick you're talking about?
Again and again, Chick Corea.
Yeah, do you have this one, Mazzy? This is ECM.
I do not.
I have a lot of ECM CDs.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm just getting into the ECM catalog now. I kind of jump from catalog to catalog and just try to
I recommend the John Abercrombie stuff.
I'll definitely take a look. ECM is definitely the most modern jazz. I usually stay away from electric when it goes electric. I don't have any Miles electric, not even in a silent way. Which I know is like Mazzy, that's your favorite Miles record. I know it's a lot of people's favorite, so that I will get at some point. But the early pressings that are clean in record shops, I've seen them listed for $100.
Wow. I will say, I've said it on my channel and we've said it on streams. The Miles MoFi stuff is really good. Joe Harley said it on one of Michael's videos.
Yeah, no.
They're really good, and that sounds better than the originals, except for Kind of Blue. But all the other MoFi sound.
I have
yours pretty good.
Yeah, the
I have
MoFi.
Never. It's one of the best sounding records in my collection.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Oh, yeah.
And then I got this recently. I showed this. Find it. It's 4 and More. Do you have 4 and More MoFi? This one?
I do not.
So this original one sounds incredible, I think. I can't even imagine.
I don't have that album at all.
So I recommend it. Do you know My Funny Valentine?
Yeah.
My Funny Valentine. It's so this is it's the same concert, but these are all the hard bop songs they or the more upbeat songs. Yeah. And then My Funny Valentine are the ballads. So it's the same concert, but just different styles. And Michael, you call him young. You guys call him Young Michael.
Poetry.
One of the Michael, if you're watching, I don't mean to, if you hate that, but he says I think the MoFi one is incredible. So definitely worth.
I didn't even know there was a MoFi that one.
I'm pretty sure there is, but the thing is, I think those MoFi ones now are really shot up in value. Close to 200.
Wow.
Don't repress them.
So There
I
you
have
go.
about- I have about 6 of the Biles MoFi.
But yeah,
Yeah.
really.
I missed a couple, just waiting for them to get back, but
Yeah.
it's really good. Yeah.
See, Brooks is talking about those MoFis are in the 7 Steps metal box. I have all the Metal Spine CD boxes, and I forgot about that. But yeah, those are great. Those are great box sets. If you're into CDs, that's a great way to expand your miles.
Oh yeah.
Mike, I have getting back to the ECM. One of my favorites is the Dave Holland. It's just Dave Holland playing the bass.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's really good.
Oh my god, that's like bizarre. I gotta check.
I
that
have
out.
I have a CD of it that's actually worth kind of some money.
Oh, I have it here. It's called Emerald Tears.
Yeah, Emerald Tears. I have the CD sealed. That somehow is worth some money. The vinyl isn't as worth as much as the CD.
So he plays upright bass throughout, and he does mostly his own songs, but he does Solar by Miles Davis, which is on Miles Smiles.
Right. It's a really good album. I highly recommend getting it.
I'll definitely check that out. Very cool. I'm getting some good recommendations too.
You know what the Beatle connection with Miles Davis is?
He had sex with Ringo.
No. Well, okay.
Well, he did hang out with Lennon. I know there's pictures of him and Lennon.
Well, aside from that, no. The title of "Eye in the Sky" was really based on Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
Yeah.
I mean, he said that.
Yeah,
that's a great record. I have that MoFi.
I said this on one of my videos recently. I had a discussion once, a couple times with Tony Williams about he really liked Ringo's drumming. He loved Ringo as a drummer. And come on, Tony Williams saying that. I mean, totally different. You can't compare, obviously, but he thought he was perfect for that stuff and did things that no one else was doing.
I played the drums when I was a kid, and people used to goof on Ringo because he would have like when he would use his right hand on the hi-hat, he would swing it like this.
Right.
But I feel like as I hear like drummers who know what they're talking about, they talk about how like Ringo played the perfect part for what they needed.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and that there was like a skill to that was beyond like showboating. Like he was the perfect drummer for the Beatles.
Oh yeah.
Someone's gonna get pissed that I brought up the Beatles in a jazz video here. So.
Yeah, come on, man.
No, please. Bring it the Beatles. I mean,
I just passed over. Problem. There was Mazzy. Let me know if I should get this. I don't have the White Album. And there's a White Album for $20. It was a U.S. pressing with a number. It was like 2 million something. It wasn't like a low number at all. It was $20. Side B, I think it is, had a really nasty gash in it. And I think the second song is. Anyway, I passed on it, but it's still there in the record shop.
Pass on it. You'll find something if you can get a UK copy of the White Album, even the later pressing.
I want a UK and I want a number on it. I know it doesn't matter. I mean, that doesn't affect the sound, but I just want.
Yeah, I get it.
How do you like the box?
Doesn't it come with inserts like photos of all of them too?
It's got a poster and 4 individual photos.
I Frankensteined a copy, but I'm selling one with the poster.
Okay.
But now I have one with all the inserts.
Yeah.
Oh right, nice.
Speaking of Miles,
do
y'all have any of the music on vinyl Miles stuff?
I have Miles in Tokyo. I have Miles in Tokyo.
I have the Kind of Blue, and I regret buying it.
Well, I have 2 or 3, and I think they sound great. I think
it's. I just spent. I can't even tell you how much I bought it for. It's a blue variant, and I saw it because Mike from the in group did a shootout. This is before the UHQR. He did a shootout a couple years ago, and he showed this music on vinyl with the blue variant, and it's like a beautiful. I should go get it just to show you guys. And for some reason, there were none available except like 2 that were overseas. So I bought it from somebody in Italy for a god awful amount of money, and it doesn't. I mean, it sounds fine, but not $100 fine.
Excuse me, VSeek Ambassador. What convention is Sunday?
Convention.
Oh, what in LA?
I don't know.
Well, I know it's this weekend. Is Vinyl Me? Denver, there's a vinyl show. Oh, might be next week. Might be.
No, Andy, you're getting Nefertiti delivering tomorrow, the MoFi or another pressing?
Charlotte Record Convention.
Brooks, Brooks says Foreign War is killer. Mazzy, check out 4 and More. You will be, I think, like I
It's
was
a great-
surprised when I put this on.
Which-
It was,
It's a Philly Joe record. He definitely kills on that record.
and George, I think George Coleman's on tenor.
Charlotte, like
They sing.
I'm not coming out to Charlotte. No offense. I mean, I don't have that planned. I mean, I want to go to Charlotte. I want to go to Charlotte because my friend John, Digital Gramophone's in Charlotte.
I mean, if you leave now,
I think you would fly, Brian.
He wants to go to the Motor Speedway.
All right, so guys in the chat, are you picking up any of those AP Prestige that just dropped today? And if so, which
Of
ones-
course.
which ones are you-
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, I just asking the guys in the peanut gallery here.
I left 5 on the table. But they still have the best ones haven't come out yet, you know?
Yeah.
I only got 5. I left the rest. The only one I didn't get that I kind of want is the I forget what it is. It's Phil Woods and Donald Byrd.
Yeah.
It has the orange cover.
I'll tell you this. Phil Woods, I have a 2 for Phil Woods, and then there's the creepy one with him holding a cat. That's really good. But I think that the 2 for I have are the 2 albums that are there.
Okay, yeah.
So I have it already, but and it's really good. But I think I'm gonna wait until the Bill Evans comes in stock.
Yeah,
Paying for
blood.
shipping for a $900 box, it's principle now for me.
That Quiet Kenny, I put my order in, and then it sold out after I got my order in. But I do have the mono Record Store Day pressing. So,
Elliot Cruz, I want to respond to Elliot Cruz and Brooks. That's an album that's essentially a bluegrass album, but it's a jazzy bluegrass record. And it's one of the best sounding records to test out your stereo. I think it's on Flying Fish Records with Tut Taylor and Norman Blake on guitar. It is so good. And I think if you guys into jazz, if you want good acoustic things, it's I think even Steve Hoffman talks about what a great is to test and set up your stereo and your speakers. That album is so good.
That's cool.
It came out, Brooks, when we were working together. It's really good. And but it's like a jazzy bluegrass, like hillbilly jazz, which you know, it's hard to explain, but
jazzy bluegrass.
Exactly.
Now, what happens when you roll it in a joint and smoke it?
It's jazzy mazzy.
Yeah.
Brian, you still need that Elmo Hope that Mazzy, I think you showed that one earlier.
Which one?
The Elmo Hope.
The Elmo Hope Informal Jazz with the yellow cover.
Oh,
yeah.
I just posted this Warren Marsh album with whatever produced by Steely Dan. I posted it on Instagram. Did anyone see that?
Bryce Lee?
I didn't like that.
Bryce Lee and Marsh?
Yeah. I found it for $2. It's produced by Walter Becker and Donald Fagen, and he's the guy who did the solo on Asia. The other guy, not Warren Marsh.
Right. You didn't like it, Mazzy?
It's not quite Kenny G.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what I like. I just, I mean, I don't like Billy Joel, so what do I know?
That's fair. Is it Apogee? Is that the name of the record?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I bought that for like $3 a year ago or something.
So Brian Genoa is saying Phil Woods had a solo on Katie Lied.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Wow. Which is not going to be released.
Which we're not going to do.
Yeah, you ruined it for everyone, Felipe. Thanks a lot.
Felipe comes back and ruins the UHPR for everyone.
No one make a video about it, please.
Oh, we got to.
I just can't wait when they drop that Bill Evans box online and just see like the madness that happens afterward. It's going to consume the vinyl community.
What kind of madness? I mean, let's be honest.
I just can't wait for people to get it and just I want to see people just unbox.
I guess I should order it, but paying for the shipping, it's a principle.
No, I get it.
When they give you free shipping.
Did you call them? I
think I'll call them this week.
I mean, it is their policy, so it probably just is what it is. But Give them a call.
Yeah.
See what they say.
They
Yeah,
need
I'm gonna
to
call them.
totally. They need to revise their website.
They do.
Well, yeah, the website is yeah.
It's
Yeah, I mean,
antiquated.
Chad dropped like I don't know how much money on that promo video to show his facility. Get get a new designer in there. Get that website like a Vinyl
Yeah.
Please level website.
The video was great.
That's such
Vinyl
a great.
Please- Well, yeah.
Get an IT guy, yeah.
Well, here's the
Yeah.
problem, and I'm not an IT guy, but it was explained to me. It could be a possibility that they might have to take the store down for a bit, and can they afford to do
They
that?
can mirror it. They can get it all ready. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
just switch it over.
there might be a glitch over a weekend or overnight type of thing to populate it and all that stuff. But
There's a way to do it.
Yeah.
But the thing for me is, I've been a web developer since 1998 probably, and their website's old, but it works perfectly, and I know how to use it, so I don't mind it.
The search engine is wonky.
The search engine is wonky,
Just
but what you have to do is the tags all the tags they put on the right hand side are like crazy.
Yeah.
If you use those, you'll find everything you want. But
What do you
yeah,
guys-
it's like
what do you-
surfing the
Yeah.
web 2002.
Speaking of like website
Yeah, but
design, what do you guys think of Discogs? I mean, I've gotten so used to it that
Oh
I just.
God!
But
I
like
mean,
that is not an intuitive website.
no. And I know Rob says if you go online, it's great. It's better.
Yeah.
But the app, like
Their
if you
app's
it sucks.
if you try to go back, like if you entered something and try to do the back arrow, it starts all over.
Yeah.
You got to it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah, the app sucks.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's bad.
I use it on my phone through the browser.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I will use the app when I need to, if I'm in a record store or if I'm just out in my living room or something. But if I'm
Yeah.
actually going to purchase something, I'm more than likely going to go to my computer,
Well,
make sure I'm getting the best one that I want, and then I'll purchase it on my computer.
No, yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it's-
but
sometimes it's
yeah,
hard to-
but over with Mazi, you search, you get a list, you click on one, then it went back to your list, and it goes back to 0. You have to search again.
yeah, exactly.
and don't get me started on watching porn on my phone.
We won't.
I said, don't get me started.
All right, what's going on in the chat? What do we got? Do y'all see that RTI Blue Note hype video today? Oh yeah,
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was.
Oh yeah.
Hey, talk about transparency, man.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
great.
Oh, what was it? I missed it.
I almost well,
They toured the RTI plant and showed the making of
They show you the process at RTI from when they get the lacquer,
Yep.
so they press an album. It's really good.
People
retrain.
are really like going after this whole MoFi thing,
Yeah,
but it's a
I-
MoFi. But I think
Come
MoFi
on,
is
Massey,
transparent.
join us in the class section.
Super Vinyl is transparent.
I'm pissed
Yeah.
off at MoFi too, but I have 70 MoFi records and I'm fine with them. And I have the two Warren Zevons I have pre-ordered. I'm going to keep those. But I think they're full of shit. But
Yeah.
I like the results for the most part.
Hey,
So-
well,
My-
Chris and Felipe know. I reached out to Music Direct and asked if I could return my Muddy Waters, and it's not really because of the issues that have been happening. It's because since then it just has reiterated the fact that the AP one that is like half the price,
It's great.
everyone likes better. So I was like, let me see if I can get rid of this, and I'll get that one. It's probably the digital analog thing, which is the difference. I mean, Chad also, I don't know what the mastering engineers, the difference is there, but I didn't really return it because I was upset with them. I just was upset that there was a better one that was cheaper, and then this just was like the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Well, where do you want to buy a blues record from more, Salina, Kansas, or Sebastopol, California?
Hey, come on.
Oh.
All those people in the wine country have the blues, baby.
Yeah,
Hey,
right.
my lawsuit is not like the class action. My lawsuit against MoFi is I believe they got one of my nieces pregnant, and they
Yeah.
won't man up.
Well,
I just look, they messed up. People. I'm willing to if they fix their stuff and come clean, then that
hey, Brooks, MoFi itself is small in Sebastopol where their mastering thing is, but they're co-owned or they're owned by Music Direct out of Chicago is one of the biggest online gear sales and record sales.
Exactly.
And, it's complicated. We'll have a talk offline sometimes, Brooks.
So
Over-
Mazzy, you do not have any one steps.
I I have one actually. I didn't think I had any. I have one, Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Okay.
And I only have two UHQRs. I have Miles Davis and Jimi Hendrix.
Oh,
Yeah, me
And
too.
I will never buy another one. I mean, I suppose. Okay, I probably won't ever. If they did the Beatles, of course, I'm going to buy them just because. But otherwise, I don't care who they put out. Pink Floyd, Steely Dan. I will never buy another One Step.
Yeah.
I don't.
I
If
have
they
the
do, like if MoFi or whoever does those, 33s, audio files, yes, but not
Yeah,
those.
sure.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
No.
I have the
hey,
kind
what
of
do we get to do to you, Mazzy, if you buy One Step?
What? I'm not going to buy one. I mean, I don't.
what
I
what
never
other
pull
what
those out to play them. I mean, Jimi Hendrix, I play it like an old reprise record.
here's a question. What jazz record besides Miles Davis Kind of Blue that Chad would have access to would deserve a one-step treatment? No, I'm sorry,
Miles
a
Davis.
UHQR treatment. I'm mixing up the.
I'm not the one to ask because I don't want an HQ.
So,
I mean,
Felipe, what would you want to see?
I would say
jazz
my favorite jazz album of all time, if I had to pick one, is Something Else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they're doing a One Step of it.
Yeah.
Are
They announced it.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Let's be original, Mike. How about relaxing with the Miles Davis?
Hey,
So crafted the small batch and it's still in stock. Nobody's buying it.
That's true.
Josh D, I so want to bash you right now, but it's the evening. I'm not taking.
Oh, we got Josh D on the stream.
Right, he says he has a suit on. What kind of suit?
He has the Walmart. He's the Walmart greeter. Didn't you know that?
Yeah,
Welcome,
he's the
Josh D.
mascot suit.
All right, we need to wrench people up.
Can I go get a scotch? Can I a whiskey?
No.
Yes.
That's fine.
Can you bring me one?
These
So,
guys
actually, Rob, you haven't told us what you're drinking. Are you drinking anything?
Oh no, I'm not a big drinker. I had health issues.
Hold on, guys. I gotta take a minute.
So I do dabble in the herbal area, but I don't really drink alcohol anymore
Yeah,
Gotcha.
because of my health issues.
it's not good for you for sure.
Well, I mean, I'd love to be drunk right now,
Oh,
especially with Josh D in a bear suit.
yeah.
That sounds fantastic. So it's all. I got one.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, I have a VG plus-ish version, but I just ordered the 45.
Yeah, mine sounds good, but it's really beaten up, and it's not Van Gelder.
Yeah. I just ordered the 45, so that is a really good album.
I'm gonna order that.
I think my goal is to really collect all the Bill Evans.
Man, good luck with that.
It's probably the most of one artist I have is Bill Evans.
I was not too much of Bill Evans.
I'm in the same boat, Rob. I think I have probably more Bill Evans than anything else too.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm going to be selling.
So you should really buy 22 more.
When I get that box, I'm going to be selling off all the twofers and the OJCs I have.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I've been flipping a couple of OJCs I had just from these prestiges that have come out, and people will pay $30 for it, even though you can get an AP one for free.
But there are a bunch of OJCs, like the Tenor Madness, might be more desirable than the AP reissue.
Oh, really?
Because it's from the Steve Hoffman, Kevin Gray plate.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I had it. I like the AP better. I sold that one.
Well, I did. I sold that one too.
Yeah.
And got the AP one.
I think the AP is great. Yeah. I mean, the Sax Colossus, they did the same thing.
Well, okay. Have you dueled it out with both? Because I have both.
Yeah. For what Saxophone Colossus?
Right, because they're both Kevin Gray master, and the covers are the same. They're hard tip-on jackets.
Yeah,
they're virtually almost the same.
No, I don't have that one. That's the first AP one they did. I have an OJC that was from Newberry. That's like blue.
Oh, no, that's a color variant, right?
It's a color variant, but it's from the same plates. The Kevin Gray and Steve Hoffman plates.
Well, they put out a high-end OJC version like
Ooh.
4 years ago.
Okay, yeah.
I have that one, and I have the AP.
But I sold that other one because it was kind of noisy, honestly. The blue vinyl wasn't great.
Well, so here's the story with a bunch of OJCs. There was a mastering engineer who worked for Fantasy named Phil Delancey.
Cheers.
Okay.
Cheers.
Woodinville from north of Seattle. Woodinville.
What's that, Mazzy? What is that
It's
spot?
Woodinville rye whiskey from. It's like
Ooh,
45 minutes from here.
Nice.
awesome.
So those OJCs from the late 80s, Phil Delancey mastered.
Yep.
And the thing I found is someone reached out to him and posted his email on the Hoffman forums. He says they're all analog that he did.
Up until like the early 90s, even, he said they were.
Right. So that Way Out West is.
I have that. Well, I have
that Way Out West. It's great.
the thing is there a difference between if you get like an 80-something OJC and then when it's repressed in 96 and when it's
It might be from a bad pressing plant. It might be from a bad plant.
You know, the current OJCs are great, though. Like the ones that have been made in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
They're all pressed at RTI. They all sound great. They may be digital. I don't know.
All my Bill Evans are like 2012 OJCs and they all sound fantastic.
Yeah, 100%.
I just wish I wish like I guess does Kraft own the OJC label because they I wish they would just tell us about the mastering. I'm just curious. You know?
They don't care. Hey, this paid for a lot of those albums I just bought.
What is it?
It's a punk album I sold for a lot of money.
What is it? Against All Authority?
Yeah, it's sealed.
Nice. So when you found that, did you get that from a record shop or where did you find it?
No, I bought it at a record show for $10.
Okay, nice.
Whoever sold this did not know that this was worth a lot of money.
Did you know, or was it just a guess because it was a punk record?
Well, that being said, here, I'll show you a funny record that I just found. I showed it.
Question for Rob.
My eye goes to weird records. So, like, I just found this Santa Monica School District used to do this live concert with all their bands called Stairway to the Stars. I found a 1972 version in a double record, and I went on Discogs, and it was a $200 record that I bought for $4. So I have Discogs with me in my hand. I find it. So I tend to look for the more weirder things. You know?
Now, when you're out there, do you pull up Discogs to look?
Yeah.
You do.
Well, here's what I do. I'll say I use voice to text. So I'll say the album.
Yeah.
I'll pull up and look on Discogs. I'll try and find the version that there is.
Yeah.
You know. I'm paying anywhere from $2 to $4. Sometimes I'll buy a record for. I bought a record for $20 at a record store. That was not $20.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's called retail arbitrage. You know.
I will say, like, when I do buy a record blind and I still like it, when I come home and I go on Discogs and I can see like there's VG Plus versions going for like half what I paid, I always get upset.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another thing. When I'm buying records for myself, like I lucked a little out. I got that Joe Farrell Something Funk album from Amoeba, and it had a skip in it. And I returned it. And then I just went on Discogs and found it a mint copy for cheaper.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my God, my wife is in the chat right now.
Nice.
I'm gonna go away. Oh, God.
Oh no! Is it dinner time?
No, it's not. She's just wanting to bust my chops. She's watching from the bed
dog.
doing this.
So, Mike, tell us that story where you had the three-way.
You know that secret button all of a sudden you push and all of a sudden the New York Times page comes up? It just
Hey, Brooks, I was looking for that. That's a hard record to find.
Which record?
Joe Farrell.
Let's change the topic, please. Which record is he talking about?
The three-way. What hotel was it at a Holiday Inn Express?
Brooks told me about. Okay, I said this on my channel. I met Brooks. I was working in a record store and I was living at home, going to San Francisco State my first year. And Brooks came in and we were both in the broadcasting department.
Sorry, Nazi.
We were both in the broadcasting department at SF State, and he came into the record store, and I was ready to move out my first time. I was 19 or 20, and we got an apartment together. And he was really into jazz, and we had the turntable and the stereo in the living room. And whoever got up in the morning, of course, when you're in college, you run to the turntable first thing in the morning,
All right.
and you put on a record. And Brooks, 9 times out of 10, he's really into Jimi Hendrix. He's from Santa Barbara, all that shit. But he would put on jazz records. And I was just sort of getting into jazz a little bit. This is 1974. And so I started calling him Jazz Shit Brooks. All you put on is jazz shit. But I learned, then he worked in the record store. And I learned so much about jazz. We'd go to the Keystone Corner. So we saw, the 70s, all these great artists like Blakey and Dexter Gordon and Bill Evans. And I mean, McCoy Tyner. We saw so much great jazz. So I always attribute Brooks for really pushing me more into jazz, which was great.
Nazi, how often were you going to like live concerts back then?
Oh, all the time.
We
were in San Francisco. We go to Winterland. We go to Keystone. Later on, we in the late 70s go to the Mabuhay Gardens, a punk club. We'd go to the old Waldorf and Wolfgang's. I mean, every week we were going to see music.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a huge gap in my music appreciation because I'm like all records, right? Yeah. And it's like I feel like when I was watching the Joe Harley interview with Steve Westman, he was like, when I moved to New York, I was like at like the clubs every night watching these guys. It's like, Joe was listening to records, I'm sure, but he was also just like listening to live musicians.
Well,
you talk about fidelity.
Joe's a few years older than me, but our generation, I'm going to be literally next week. I'm going to be 60 years old. Shit.
Yeah.
So we were at that time, like a place like San Francisco or New York, there was music all the time. Shows were $3, $4, $5, $6.
Yeah.
Also, when we worked in the record stores, we get free. We go to the boarding house and see free shows like, Bob Marley and Emmylou Harris and whoever, and we get drink tabs, like free drinks, sometimes for a while. That changed.
That's awesome.
So we'd go to see all these shows. Like Brooks says that. Brooks keeps a list. He has every show and ticket stub, hundreds in the 70s, literally.
Yeah.
It was a right place, the right time. Like San Francisco is one of those cities. Everybody came through there.
Yeah.
I talked about seeing Miles Davis at Stanford University.
Oh, Frost, yes.
And they opened up for the new Riders of the Purple Sage, which is really weird, right?
Well, weren't there like big promoters back then where you would have the promoter like?
No,
we had Bill Graham. Bill Graham was the big guy in San Francisco. And then Todd Barkin owned the Keystone Corner, the jazz club. I forgot what's the guy's name, Brooks. The Mabuhay Gardens was Dirk Dirksen, who did the punk club. There were like a lot of smaller producers too.
Rob, what are you selling?
You got their
Oh wait, what's his?
We have a spam person in here.
Yeah, Brian is saying the reason I guess this is worth a lot of money is because this is the guy who worked with Steely Dan.
Oh, cool.
So this is the one I found. That's I paid $4 for this, but this goes for $200.
Wow.
How do I kick this person? I just see. Is he kicked? Did I do it?
I think I did, but
Okay, very cool.
This one.
I found 2 other ones too.
Nicole and I went to the same show. She was standing next to me. She was dropping like acid in my cocktails and roofies. Nice. I think Nicole roofied me a few times.
Oh, so speaking of, I think you're talking about something similar in the live stream with Rachel a couple of days ago. I was at the Oakland arena. That was like 2013, 14. I was watching Tom Petty, Steve Winwood opening. I think it was the last tours of Tom Petty. And the show was still going on, and there was this guy in the front, the row right in front of me. I was me and my folks. And he was like, "Dude, I gotta go. When I finish this joint for me, I want this thing like this big." I said no. No, go ahead. Keep going.
Would have been a lot cooler if you did. No.
Yeah.
but Tom Petty was the best concert I've ever seen. He was
That
so
is
cool.
sure.
I waited on when I used to wait tables. I waited on Tom Petty once.
Oh, right.
And the way
Nice.
He was
Yeah.
drugged out of his mind. He was like
The last Petty show
Yeah.
I saw, he played like, I'm thinking a month. No, it can't be a month. But he played like 2 or 3 weeks at the Fillmore. He did a residency at the Fillmore. I think there should be. I think that's what they're going to do eventually, a box set of the Petty Fillmore shows.
they should.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
I think I went to 2 of those shows. That was the last time I saw him.
Yeah. And he was a neighbor here. He's from Gainesville here, right next door.
Yep.
And I just love in between songs like, thank you very much.
Right, Brooks? I think it was a month.
I agree with this statement here.
Oh, that's my wife.
I don't know. You should listen to more Tom Petty, Mike.
Yeah, well, I need to. I like right now. I just am buying jazz records. I do have some rock stuff here and here, but I really kind of skip over it right now. I'm just so like obsessed with jazz. It's like
Yeah, me too. It's hard.
the only thing I'm focused on. But
Yeah.
there is stuff like I want to get like Neil Young's Harvest. Like I don't have like basic stuff in my collection.
That's
I know. Like I know.
What are you doing?
Okay,
Come
you need,
on.
you need to go
no.
search. You need to go search my. Well, I did a video like my 25 of my all-time favorite records, or
Yeah.
or whatever, or just perfect records, whatever.
Yeah. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
You don't need me to tell you
I
that.
mean,
Yeah.
No, I know. I need
Yeah,
to.
yeah, I mean-
I do need to spend. I mean, I've been really focused on jazz for a little while now. I do
Yeah.
need to branch off.
Are you in
'Cause
your
I think-
30s? Are you in your 30s?
Yeah, I'm 37.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So yeah. So I got.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely want that Neil Young. I mean, you know what's kind of weird is you guys know Michael 45's new like Avatar. He's holding up that record, and that has like planted a seed in my head. I'm like, he probably told them to use that record because of how amazing it is, right? So,
All the new Young reissues, you can buy them like blindly. They sound phenomenal.
I know. Yeah, those are those like reissue. They were technically bootleg live concerts.
So there's 3 types: official releases, bootleg, and performance series. Bootleg, 3 series.
I'm at Neil. I just got one
Yeah.
today. I haven't listened to it yet. I'm a whore for Neil Young. I tell you.
Me too.
It's awesome.
Yeah, this one just showed up yesterday. I think they just keep showing up without
That's
even me ordering them. I think they just show up now.
Is that
Yeah.
is that a live concert?
It's a newer. It's yeah, but he like this.
2019.
But he covers old songs like Mr. Soul. Everyone knows this is Nowhere Helpless, Alabama, On the Beach. Are you ready for the country? From Hank to Hendrix. I don't know, something about Neil. He's like the Stephen King of record makers. Every week there's a new book or a new record.
But
Yeah.
he's like a huge. I mean, I hate to use the term, but like audiophile, right? Like, isn't he into the recording quality?
He
more
is.
than
Not
most
all
people?
his records are analog. Some of them are digital. But
This
at
is
least
digital. This is
But at
digital.
least he states it. He like puts it on
Yeah.
here, like somewhere, so you know the difference. And his digital stuff sounds fine, you know.
Yeah,
but,
digital's fine. But
yeah.
Yeah.
That Pano thing didn't last very long.
No, that was weird.
I feel like the more
Yeah.
I listen to analog and have that as my reference, when I do hear some digital stuff, I'm like, this sounds good. Like, this is fine.
I'm yeah. you
Like,
know,
there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with like the sound quality sounds
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with the digital
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. I think the whole MoFi thing. It's just they like come on. They should have told us. That's all.
I agree. It was
Yeah.
because they appeared like they were so transparent, right? With the
Right,
one
right,
step.
right.
We don't have to, but yeah.
Hey, and who had 110 minutes into the stream before MoFi was mentioned again?
Oh, we
That's
talked
pretty
about
good,
it.
Yeah, we did.
we already talked about
Is it
it.
a drinking game, MoFi?
Yeah.
I mean, we can always bring Mofo.
Well, come on. I mean, guys, that week that news
Really
broke,
know.
that week and a half, the YouTube vinyl community was like, it was like the only topic. I mean,
Well,
We-
you know what? I'll tell you this, and I'm so not this way. But I made a kind of basic take that isn't like most other
Your
people's.
take was good.
Yeah, but it's already like over 2,000 views.
It was a
So
good take.
everyone who
basically
made a
had
MoFi.
You basically had the like the PR viewpoint, right? Like you were like their response. I forget exactly everything about it, but weren't you talking about essentially their
So if you
their
don't
crisis management?
if you don't know what I've done for 30 years, basically I ask people's opinions about entertainment shit. So I've had to deal with studios, like a famous one we did is, I think it was like 20 years ago, we did a test screening for Disney because they were still under that business model where they were re-releasing new movies every 7 years, re-releasing them on video, right?
Yeah.
So we did a screening of Song of the South for families in a white neighborhood. And like half the audience came out of there. A lot of people walked out and they came out of there going, this is a racist movie.
I wish they would release that movie though. It's
Well,
a
I
great
mean,
movie.
so, but getting to my point,
Zippity doo dah, zippity day.
right? But the
Yeah,
crisis,
right.
I've had to deal with a lot of crisis management shit. Like even with this Batgirl movie that they're shelving,
Yeah.
in my world, they did screenings of it. It's got to be a bad movie. It can't be a good movie. They're not going to shelf a good movie.
I'm just waiting for MoFi to address it like in a way that is more more like of the moment, where like
Direct.
get on YouTube. You know, there's a huge like
Do a video, do a discussion with all their people like this. I think it's a legal thing right now. That's why they're
I agree.
It seems to me, and I am just guessing based on my experience of dealing with Harvey Weinstein and people like that, is that it's a dictatorship over there. Everything is run by one guy.
There's been rumors that have been circulating about him that are not flattering.
Right.
Jim Davis.
Yeah.
I'm not going to repeat them because they're all alleged, but
well, he hates Mondays and likes lasagna.
It could just be people piling on and making up bullshit. You know, it probably is, but I mean, who knows?
I heard his daughter. Never mind. It was going to be a bad joke. Never mind.
Oh God, yeah. All right, let's get the hell off this MoFi thing. It's always such like low hanging fruit to talk about.
He's upset that his daughter Nora Jones did not give him the album before it all.
Okay, you know, it's a good record I really like, and I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. And it's a very kind of commercial like record, and I forgot what label it's on, and it's by he's got two names. It's oh shit, I'm forgetting.
What's the style?
Ibrahim.
It's the guy from the Social Buena Vista Social Club?
No. Yeah, come on, Brooks, help me. Brooks is my guy.
On.
What does he play?
Ibrahim, Dollar Brand.
Okay.
He put records under the name Dollar Brand, and the one is Cape Town Fringe, and it's like a 12-minute piece of music called Cape Town Fringe with his piano. It's commercial jazz in a weird way, and it is so friggin' good. Cheap record to get.
There
we go. Nicole's got it. Nicole, you're so smart. How come we never met? Abdullah Ibrahim, is that right? I forgot his last name. Anyway, he also put out records under the name Dollar Brand, but Cape Town Fringe, the long title track, is so commercial.
Is it Manenberg? Would that be right? Does that ring a bell?
I don't know. Let me.
No, let's not make fun of Jewish people now.
Yeah, he's not. Dollar Brand.
It says Dollar Brand Manenberg is where it's happening.
No,
Manenberg.
This record. If you ever see this record, you can find it cheap.
All right.
This record, you can find it cheap, and
that's
it's
it. Yeah.
Good. It's very catchy. It's commercial.
I've seen that.
Pick it up if you ever see it.
So the South Africa version in 1974 was titled Manenberg is where it's happening, and then the U.S. version was Cape Town Fringe by Dollar Brand.
Right.
That's cool.
That's cool.
It's all acoustic.
It goes on. There's some not vocals, but he kind of like you hear like ambient voices. It's so good. It's so
Yeah,
good.
that's cool. Yeah, it says composed and arranged. It says composed and arranged by Dollar Brand. So he's actually calling himself Dollar.
Well, that's his like synonym, other name. It's a cheap record. I see it in record store bins occasionally. Just pick it up if you see it.
So his real name is Adolf Johannes Brand. Profile: South African pianist and composer, born 1934 in Cape Town.
Did someone say Adolf?
Worst name ever. And he's married to a South African vocalist and composer, Sathima Bay Benjamin.
Brooke saw him 4 years ago.
By the way, Mike, this is a good ECM with Jocko.
Okay, cool. You know, I recently came across 3 ECM records in the shop, and before I bought them, I sampled them, and some of them were really like I was uninterested in, like just really out there. Like I don't know what like you know what they were going for. So I know ECM like has a real wide range of stuff.
By the way, this is that twofer that with that album that Mazzy was talking about.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, Johnny Griffin's great. He played with Monk a lot.
There's a great Johnny Griffin album that's part of the Black Lion that's Org has out right now that I recommend.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to know if people want me. Should I open this?
Yes.
It's a record. Open it. It's not a house plant.
Yeah.
Mr. B. It's Chet Baker.
Yeah,
that's great. Yes, I have that. You should open it and listen to it.
Are you gonna open it now?
You know what? I'm very iffy. I got the Cool Cat that is the Tidal Wave.
Yes.
Tidal Wave has some bad quality control with their shit.
Can I show you guys a record I keep sealed? And I'm not gonna open it, but I just want to show you.
You're not gonna open it. What a tease.
Not yet. Not yet. Not tonight.
Is your wife still watching? Is she gonna be pissed?
We'll be pushing him.
One?
Oh yeah, that's a great record.
I don't know how I friggin' clicked very quickly to get this.
Have you listened to that record?
I know the record. I don't have a copy. I mean, this is my copy, and it's fucking sealed.
That's a very special record to me because that's when my friend Coleman was at home in a hospice situation. I bought him an OJC of that record, and it was the last record he played, the last record he texted me about. He goes, I just listened to Eastern Sounds, and he just loved it. And then after I got the Coleman collection, when we were going through the records, my friend, the archivist, she got a copy of that. She got that copy. She got it after.
Oh, right.
So it's a really emotional record, but it's such a beautiful record.
Oh, the first track when he comes in with I think it's the flute.
I would open that and just keep that sucker.
Yeah, no, I will open it. I'm just not opening. This is going to be like, I want like a friend to come over.
Yeah.
I don't have it. I sent my copy because I was such a friggin' nice guy to Michael in Germany.
Oh, yeah. I remember I was watching your videos with him, and because I think he wanted to be like completist for small batch, so you basically were like,
and I didn't care.
I was able to get it.
I have the OJC. I'm fine with it.
Hey, I had the OJC of that, which you can get right now, but I found the twofer with that, and that twofer sounds amazing with the use of the teeth.
Oh, those twofers are great. Yeah.
This twofer is very good too.
Oh, very cool. Opus Dei Funk. Is that a Savoy? Isn't that on Savoy?
No, it's Prestige.
Oh, okay.
Green label.
Got it.
Right.
I love the Savoy label. I know it's like old and whatever, but there are some of the best, my favorite jazz records.
I'll show you a jazz record. You should drop everything and pick it up.
Okay.
It's available right now. Let me see if I can find it at a last price.
As you don't break any records over there.
Oh, people! When I do this, I drop it on my carpet, and people their heads explode.
Yeah.
How do you take care of your records like that? Give me a break.
Well, we had a really fun video. We did a whole video on Burns. So we basically just tried to find records that we didn't like. And then Felipe took one of them and threw it. That was brilliant.
No, I like these records, but I think people think that records have to be babied and like plastic and wrapped, and
Yeah.
Records will last a long time if you just take some basic care of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
agreed.
Absolutely.
I didn't even put plastic on my records until I moved to Seattle. So I
I
had
will
records
say-
for 40 years without plastic on them. And then
Well,
as I was,
Fremer has never adopted plastic.
yeah,
He's
as
like,
I was
"Fuck that."
discogging and adding, that's when I add that to it. So
Mazzy,
Yeah.
do you use a record weight when you put something on your platter?
I don't know. Riga's apparently they tell you not to use record weights. I don't
Okay.
use record weights.
Yeah.
The only thing I really am careful with, because I have dropped a record weight by accident on a record. So now when I take that weight, I'm like, I baby that thing so I don't accidentally drop it on the wax.
Yeah, I mean, I've made mistakes. I've screwed up records where I like it slips out of my hands and it goes behind the credenza. Not very often, but shit happens.
Yeah.
Where the stylus goes across and you think you're going to rip your cartridge. That's just a part of it. I mean,
It happens.
yeah.
Mazzy, when you do another collection tour, because
My,
I feel like
my
I've seen your-
Nefertiti scratch. I dropped it.
Is that a
What's that one?
MoFi?
Yeah.
Nefertiti, yes.
Oh.
My side 2.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah. It's right here.
Josh, I do care about my collection, but I don't baby it. Like,
Oh, what's
you know,
Josh saying? Josh is always trying to
I
start
had people
trouble.
comment when I hold something a little off or I drop it like that. That's my point. I do take care of my collection. I'm an organized person. I take care of it. But again, I never had them in plastic except for a few records up until as the last few years I added them to Discogs. So I do take care of them, but I don't obsess about them. These people that wrap them. I always wanted to do a parody for Michael 45 because he buys those. What's that Canadian company that makes those plastic sleeves and
Isn't it Mike? Isn't it the guy?
Final.
Vinyl Storage Solutions, right?
Yeah,
And
I
I
buy
always
from
wanted
him
to
as
do
well.
a parody where I'm taking a record and getting saran wrap and putting it around my body and my record. Because at some point, give me a break. It's a record.
Yeah.
Enjoy the music.
Yeah.
I think they're not precious. They're not that precious.
When I pull out a record, I do like taking it out of the sleeve and seeing like it, like
Right?
in my hands. Like
Yeah.
it's nice to sleeve it up when it's stored away, but it's also really nice to take it out of the sleeve and see the jacket itself. So I do like to do that.
Okay. Here's the best recommendation of the night. Okay.
Let's
All right.
save it.
Ooh.
You need to drop everything and get this record.
What is that?
Mr. Bongo. Mr.
Oh, that
Bongo
is
has
great.
it.
That is
Oh,
great.
that looks killer. What is that?
So
So
Mr. Bongo released.
this
He plays
isn't the Mr.
vibes.
I got this before the Mr. Bongo. So Mr. Bongo released this a while ago, but then they had it remastered at Abbey Road, and they put a nice jacket. This was first. This came out in '68. It's South African jazz. It's like the best Coltrane album Coltrane ever made.
What label's
So-
that on? I'm sorry.
Well, the one you can get now is Mr. Bongo, but basically this Gallo.
Okay.
So these are the years this version. So this is a Canadian mastering, and it
Okay.
sounds great. I don't know how it compares to the Mr. Bongo.
I'm curious to know what the original label is.
It's this. The original label '68 is teal.
Teal. Okay. Cool.
So-
I'll check it out.
But I'm even telling you, don't listen to it. Go buy, because Vinyl Me Please has a color variant to this too.
But isn't that like $10 more?
No, actually today, for the next 3 days,
Right.
because today's National Vinyl Record Day, Vinyl Me Please has a killer sale going on right now. They have the Blossom Deary. A lot of the
Oh,
good
yeah, I
jazz
have that.
titles are cheap.
Yeah, that's a
So
great one.
this is only like 30 something bucks. The color
can't.
variant.
I spent too much on on my acoustic sounds order
I'm
today.
telling you right now, go get
I'll
this.
get it. I'll get it. I'm adding it to my want
This
list.
is a
Right
good one. This is a good one.
It looks cool.
It's for
You know,
streaming. Streaming.
Hey, Mike, do you have kids?
I do not.
Okay,
He has a
that's why
firm.
you can buy more records.
Yeah, I know.
I have a son. I have a great son, but he's grown up now, so that I can buy.
Oh, so you're free to do. Yeah.
I raised my
Yeah.
kid during the CD era, so it was. Actually, that was pretty bad, but you know.
This jacket is crap. I'm almost thinking of getting the redone.
Vinyl, please.
Well,
I do like a good jacket, I will say.
Okay, here's the thing I hate about Vinyl Me Please. Just because they got the color variant, you can go buy the regular version for cheaper somewhere else.
Yeah, well, that's cool.
Right, but this is killer. I highly recommend this.
It looks killer, and I'm gonna add it to my want list for sure. And I might hit you up to let you know how I like it.
Well, you know, I might get the other version and sell this one.
What? Because you don't like the jacket?
Huh?
What? Why? You said that the jacket's no good?
No. I mean, just to be an idiot and get the other one.
Well, I do like it. Like to be a little controversial, as much as I love the classic series, and I really wish they just got a better jacket.
Well, I think you need to get into a philosophy and stick with it. Because mine is, I just want a clean record with no.
The RCA dog? Is that the RCA dog?
Yeah, this is Nipper. Apparently, I hear Josh is a dog dad. So this is Nipper. You know, Nipper from RCA, his master's voice. That's my dog name.
That's your taxidermy dog?
Yeah.
So I was on.
He's gone.
I was on the old Stunt Rock Confusions live stream like 2 weeks ago, and he turned me on to this label from Paris called Palm. Have you guys ever seen this before?
No,
but I think you might infect your brain with something you can't get out of it.
Dude, I am all about Stunty's. I am all about his live stream. He listens to the most interesting stuff I've never heard before that I'm probably unable to get because it's like just not available or just extremely expensive. But this was a reissued. Apparently they had the master tapes. I don't know if there's probably a digital step, but you know, who cares? But anyway, he turned me on to this label Palm. It's a French avant-garde label. This is, I think, mostly all acoustic, but it's this guy. You guys know this name?
Jean-Jacques Capon.
And he plays cello on this with you know, some killer jazz musicians. But anyway, it's really out there. But it's really good. I tend to like free jazz that isn't like the shrieky, like punk rock, like shredding free jazz that like some like Ascension Coltrane is on, which I do feel like there's appropriate moments for that in my listening. But I feel like this type of free jazz is much like, I don't know, it's not that it's accessible because it's not, but like I can enjoy it. This is my
not crazy.
Yeah. You know, so anyway, this is a cool one, but it's on this label Palm, and I wasn't really familiar with it until I went to the old Stunt Rock Confusion live stream, which is like everything about that live stream is nuts. Like he's on his phone, which has a terrible microphone,
and he's got terrible reception.
Reception,
but that's not the point. But it's
no, I know it actually works in his favor.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine if he had Michael 45's kind of?
I would love him to do a room tour. I would love this. I mean, I feel like
I think he'd have to do like a tour of half of Sweden.
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, great channel, great collection.
Hey, you know what, Mike? I will save this for you, and I'm getting the other one.
Oh yeah,
we'll work out some sort of deal. Okay.
Why don't we do
That's really good.
Or
yeah, we can trade. We'll trade. So I'll save this for you.
Yeah,
I'm kind of offended that Wax is doing his like negotiating.
Wait, you benefited from my
Huckster sales bit here.
Real slick.
No, he said, "Look, I'm not trying. I'm more for trading records. That's all."
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm not into VCLT. I will
say Rob has sent me some really sweet records,
and I have more stuff for you. The other stuff I told you about that I just came across.
Yeah.
So Rob, you've been getting into Sonny Stitt lately. Are you still looking for his stuff? Are you?
Well, it depends. He's like a 50-50 dude.
I agree.
He did 50% shit and 50% awesomeness.
This is
so it really depends.
This is on Roost. It's got an awesome cover. I mean, look at that cover.
You know what? I saw that at Amoeba.
Yeah, this is a good
one.
This is a good one.
It's a great cover.
Hey, Breakfast King, where were you? I sold 2 copies of that.
and it's on this label. This is like an old school label. I don't know. I don't know if this was it. You could see it.
Oh,
that it's-
Royal
Oh
Root.
no,
That's a cool
I
label.
can see all the hairline fractures in it.
Yeah, but it plays clean. It's good. It's an old mono, so this thing's beat, but it plays.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, Rob,
Breakfast
it's been
King
about
of Ice.
15 minutes. It's been about 15 minutes since you dumped on Josh D. So come on.
Hey, Josh D, leave Melinda Murphy alone. I've sent her VCLT. But Breakfast King, if I come across another one, I will let you know. But I've sold 2 of those. But I'm keeping my copy of it.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Booker Irvin, he has a Candid release coming out.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think people don't know enough about him.
Well, Mazzy ordered all of them, so
Well, I have. They only dropped 1 so far, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
I have that one. I have a beat up Blue Note reissue of his, and I have the twofer. The twofer. Here's the funny thing about a lot of those the Blue Note twofers. The Booker Irvin twofer, he's a sideman on both those albums, and then in the 70s, they were on unissued albums, and they just called it a Booker Irvin twofer.
Is that before he was with the MGs?
Yes. Oh, okay, Mazzy, I'm going to show you something. I don't know if you'd from my travel.
I'm going to buy everything. Maybe. Winston, did you order the Led Zeppelin vinyl BBC? I only have the CD of that. But I did find a copy I ordered today of the David Bowie BBC on vinyl.
I can't find him, Mazzy, but I have a Booker Irvin's Greatest Hits that I'm selling.
He had hits?
Greatest hit? Not Booker Irvin, Booker T in the MG.
Oh, yeah, Booker T in the MG.
He's a guy that people don't talk about, Randy Weston.
I don't know him. What's his deal?
He's a pianist. I have both. This twofer, I picked it up to give to someone.
Okay.
But I have this one, and I have the Blue Note. They did have a reissue series too for a fact.
Okay.
Hey, Josh D, don't blame other people. I don't make anyone buy stuff. I'm an influencer. I influence.
Oh yeah.
You make your own decisions.
You know,
right?
We
all make our decisions. You know, these jazz bums got me to buy 9 records, so they're influencers.
Those also records, though, I'm definitely getting a lot of those.
That's how they get you in, Mazzy. Now, later in a week, they're going to sell you crack cocaine. That's how they get you.
Let me get some more. Since you're talking to Mr. Bongo.
That's awesome that you picked up those records, Mazzy, by the way.
Do you have this one, Rob?
Okay.
What is this?
No, I do not know that one.
Verkai. An original that in Brazil is going for thousands now.
Oh, wow. So what kind of music?
It's jazz.
Okay.
And this guy was a producer, arranger. Everything he does influences everybody that came after him. Early 70s.
That's a really cool cover.
Wow,
that's a great cover.
That.
Right. You can find that on Mr. Bongo for a good price.
What kind of jazz is it?
Not so crazy.
Is it like in the pocket swinging, or is it like
no more electric type?
Okay.
Wow.
Very 70s, but not crazy.
Okay.
Is it still available?
Oh yes, Mr. Bongo, you can get it.
That's
also,
cool. Check it out.
Novos Baianos. That's their first record. It's top 5 all-time Brazilian best records.
That's awesome. You have this
also Mr. Bongo.
You know, Felipe, I thank you. I know you sent me a few streaming links. I just don't bother listening to streaming stuff. So if you're going to send me something, send me records.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
I have a question. Do you take Saturday morning appointments?
Oh.
No.
Okay.
I still work on Fridays, but not Saturdays yet.
Okay. I used to get my teeth every
Felipe,
Saturday.
he needs a new set of wooden choppers.
Hey, all original teeth for my age, but I do need a root canal. We talked about that a few weeks ago.
Yeah, we can work on that. So
he
this
has
is
a micro.
Maria Fumaça. So Maria Fumaça in Portuguese is basically the murder train, the first car that goes on a train.
Wow.
Now, don't say free matzah to Jewish guys.
Do you buy these albums locally or in Brazil?
So some of the Mr. Bongo reissues they reissue in England and here they're really good. But when I go back home, I have my dealers there and currency exchanges.
You have your dealers?
Yeah, record shops there.
So you're like a vinyl mule.
Yeah,
I've called him a vinyl mule.
And he's using his parents are down in Brazil right now, and they're picking up records and they're bringing them over the border.
Yeah.
I used to. I have a good friend, Felipe.
It's really hard to fit them up your butthole too.
I have a good friend who's from Rio, who was one of the photographers I used to represent. She lives in San Francisco. She's been there for 30 years. Her name is Cristiana Chapas. And she's from Brazil. Beautiful, wonderful photographer. She works for the Gap now or Banana Republic or taking pictures. But we used to talk about Brazilian music all the time too. So I don't know there's no point there except for.
So it's quite interesting. Brazilian music is very close to jazz and the variations.
Yeah, definitely.
And we have nothing to do with Hispanic. Nothing, absolutely nothing.
And there was a huge, like in 1960 to 64, there was a huge, you know, scene. Obviously, Gilberto, excuse me.
Gilberto, yes.
And Gilberto and Astrid.
Astrid, yes.
And Luis Bonfa and all that, you know.
Yeah. So, I mean, Jobim is probably like one of the biggest, what can I say, composers of the century. It's like Cole Porter's, you know, same type of level.
Right.
This record, I recommend to everybody.
Yep.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, I know.
Can you show the label?
So it's Philips.
I love that Philips label.
I've
Seen
that record.
So Elise, she's probably the best voice ever in Brazil.
Oh.
When she was 10 years into Philips label, they brought her to the US to record a record with Jobim. And this phenomenal. You guys should listen to this, and it's just crazy good. I mean, his classics, Photography, Waters of March, How Insensitive, everything is here. Quiet Answer, Quiet Stars, everything.
Felipe, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What's the deal with Brazilians putting mayonnaise all over everything?
Yeah, I agree.
I love mayonnaise.
So
I use it liberally. But when I was in Brazil, I was just fascinated how much mayonnaise is used down there.
So where did you go to?
I was in
Rio.
I was in southern Brazil. My dad had got sick on a ship and it ported in Brazil, and he was in the hospital there. So I went down there. Yes. And I was there for 2 weeks. So Camboriú. Yes, in southern Brazil.
In the southern state. Yes.
A lot of Portuguese people go there on holiday, from what I understand.
Yes.
It's a nice. People were very nice. It's a good town. Skyscrapers are everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But there were mayonnaise. I love mayonnaise, but it was just fascinating to me.
Yeah, it's just outside São Paulo is a very pure city. We have the very first immigrants, Italians, Japanese. So São Paulo is the biggest Japanese city outside Japan.
I know.
We have more Japanese in São Paulo than San Francisco, New York, anywhere else.
No, I always tell people, as a market researcher, Brazil was the most ethnically diverse place I've ever seen next to the U.S.
Yeah. You know, one of the greatest films and soundtracks, actually, you would know this, is Black Orpheus.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Black Orpheus is such a favorite film on it. I like, obviously, the soundtrack to Black Orpheus. But there's also that Vince Guaraldi record on Fantasy that has Cast Your Fate to the Wind. And, you know,
I have that.
Impressions of Black Orpheus. But Black Orpheus is such an amazing movie. People should watch that. Yeah.
So Black Orpheus actually kicked in Bossa Nova. There was no Bossa Nova before that.
Yeah. And that was It won the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival. It's
Mhm.
such an important film. Anyone in the cinema, into jazz, into Brazilian music, need to watch that movie.
Yes. It's just mellow, melodic. It's hard to explain. You have to listen
But
to.
it gets
and
kind of kinetic. There's a little bit of that intense parts to it too.
yes,
In the soundtrack, at least. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So some of the musicians, especially Gilberto, Jobim, Milton Banana.
Oh, that's cool, bro.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Well,
Awesome
that's the Vince Guaraldi one.
Very
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
Red Fantasy label.
Is it just him solo?
No, it's
it's
him
a
and
trio.
Okay.
Let's see the
It's
front
the
again.
Peanuts trio.
You know what the best song
Yeah.
on here is? You know what the best song on here
Cast
is?
Your Fate to the Wind.
No, it's wah 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 wah.
No, that's a different album.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I was just looking for that. It's
Very
in my
cool.
collection somewhere.
Yeah.
When I worked in a record store once, this old lady comes in. This is in the 70s. She goes, "Do you have jazz records?" I said, "Yeah." And I walked over to the jazz section, and she goes, "Do you have any Vince Guaraldi?" It wasn't Giraldi. Vince Guaraldi. And I said, "Yeah." And I showed him. She goes, "I'm his mother."
Oh
What?
no.
Wow.
That's so
She didn't
cool.
buy anything, but it was the coolest.
Yeah.
thing, as this old lady walks in
Yeah.
San
I can't-
Francisco.
I'll tell you right now, because my friend Omnivore Recordings, everything's 50% off this weekend. They have the Vince Giraldi collection, all his stuff on 3 CDs, I think.
Wow.
I'll put the link, but for 50% off, it's crazy.
I
God,
haven't
you're such a
explored-
salesman.
I haven't explored his catalog. I only have, what is it? Is it the Vinyl Me Please?
It's not the Charlie Brown stuff.
That's the one I have.
He did 3 albums for Atlantic. I think
If
it's
you
all
put
3
the
of those.
promo code WAX, you get
Wow.
a
There's
50%
no- it's
discount.
already taken
And
off.
WAX,
Yeah,
If you
I've
the
heard,
promo code is Mazzy loves you.
I heard, and I don't remember who in the VC said it, but they were talking about him and said that he was like approached by multiple labels to put out records, and he just didn't want to leave his house in California to record. He was content with just making a steady income from the peanuts, and that was it.
So here's another thing. They have a color variant of Good Grief Charlie Brown.
Okay.
Kevin Gray did. It's $11 this weekend.
Can we just talk about how Kevin Gray gets to listen to all these master tapes and
Here,
how
this is
this job he has?
Right there is a steal. $11 for this Good Grief album that Kevin Gray did.
okay.
I'm not getting.
These are the two different covers of this.
Yes.
album. This is a favorite album of mine.
Wow.
But this
Sorry,
one
make
is,
it big.
Make him big. Come on.
The gummies kicked in, man. Give me a break.
Nice.
this original soundtrack and this great movie, great soundtrack, amazing music,
Oh, yeah.
not audio
Is that
file,
the same
not
record, Mazzy?
Doesn't matter.
yeah, it's the same record, different versions.
So that Fontana one is the later one, I'm
Uh,
guessing?
This is probably the later one.
Yeah. Fontana is reissue. Yes.
And the thing is, it almost sounds like they took the recording off the film audio. It's not like
Yeah, it does.
late,
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
but it doesn't matter. It's just so
No,
good.
it's great music.
Oh, it's sold
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
The record sold out for $11.
Our stream took all the records away.
This is a mono. This is a stereo.
Yeah.
And you said the movie's good. Listen to this. It says, I'm looking at the movie's wiki page, and it says the film is particularly noted for its soundtrack by 2 Brazilian composers, Jobim, whose song A Felicidade opens the film, and Luiz Bonfa, whose song,
Bonfa, yes.
and it's classic bossa nova.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Very
Great
cool.
record.
So this is the label.
Oh, that's cool. I wish it wasn't blurry, but yeah, no, it looks very, very cool. Now,
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So yeah, oh yeah. Elenco means cast.
Deep groove.
Oh yeah.
Love that deep groove.
These things are like Blue Notes.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. What's this?
Yeah.
That's the actual DVD.
Yeah, this is a Criterion DVD, not a Blu-ray, but you know,
Okay.
it's just a great movie. I mean,
Is it subtitles? Is it a Brazilian flick?
yeah, but
Okay.
it's not a lot of it's a lot of music. It's more musically based than dialogue.
Okay.
Looks
Very
cool. I'm trying not to get sucked into buying Criterion anything, Mazzy.
You wait till they have the 50% off a couple times a year. You know.
Yeah, I got the what's that movie that Dexter Gordon was in? Where he plays this.
Yeah, one of my photographers was on set for that. That's the one
After Midnight or something, or
After Midnight, and the French director did it.
Yeah.
Like Tony Williams, Herbie Hancock.
Yeah, it just came out on Criterion.
We got
It's not a great. It's not a great movie though.
You can find that soundtrack everywhere.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen that Thelonious Monk movie in France?
You have a porn bot. Can you pick him?
Yeah.
Thanks. How do they find our channel?
No,
they just fish.
Because you were telling us the story when your wife was in the stream about you and.
Okay, look, Rob is in Santa Monica, which is just over here from the valley, where all the porn.
They see his IP address and they're like,
so they follow. It's the LA thing. It's
exactly.
Like Rob knows Skater Girl from Boogie Nights.
They know it because in the chat I was typing before I hit send. Dear Penthouse Forum.
Steve Westman just dropped a new video.
That movie was fantastic. So
yeah,
so
that's cool.
Steve Westman just dropped a new video. It looks kind of interesting. It's MoFi/AP audiophile roundtable and news, UHQR Steely Dan, and then they're also talking about.
Oh gosh, he made a video.
Fremer is having a challenge, an ABDSD challenge. Did you guys hear about this Fremer challenge? Have you seen this?
I don't care about it.
I saw his Facebook post.
Did you see it, Felipe? You want to tell us? You want to say what it is?
To make the best banana bread recipe.
I would go to that. Yes.
He wants somebody who's really in the DSD to come to his place after they do like a security check or something, and he wants to have them sit down and AB things blind, and then he wants that person to report back.
Wow.
Whatever. I mean, I don't know.
I want to start a whole environmental movement to ban the box. Ban the box unless there's 4 or more records or 3 or more records.
Can I? I'm going to write here on your big giant stream.
Breaking news. Make him big, Chris.
I know word's going to get to Fremer. I want to challenge him to the most Jewish person in the VC. I think I can out-Jew him.
Oh, you totally can. You totally can.
I like Fremer a lot. I dig all his humor.
I like him too. I just met him like 2 weekends ago, and
you like him because he's shorter. He's shorter than you.
Oh, he's like 3 feet shorter than me. I bought
a lot of stuff because of his recommendation. He had a whole episode on getting a Beethoven box set, and I picked this up because of that.
I have the Deutsche Grammophon, the 1960 von Karajan.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. I have it on SACD.
And I love having this in my collection.
It's great.
Yeah.
What is that with the red cover? That's weird.
This is a later reissue. It's audiophile. I actually got this from Acoustic Sounds website.
It's probably digital.
No, it's all analog.
I'm kidding.
And and it's Acoustic Sounds. I forget. It's like the vinyl vault. It's like they're using.
It looks like he's looking at something you're trying to eat.
It's so good. I mean, I can't even like. It comes with some literature, but I mean, it's all like heavy duty vinyl. Beautiful,
is that the one that comes with a scratch and sniff card?
But I don't know. I will say, look, I don't know much about.
I'll tell you something. I've hung out a bunch of times with Michael Potreon Plastic.
That I think is this Mazzy, but this is just
the original version of that. And
I
bought this in the 70s when I worked in record stores. So good.
Yeah,
when you hang out with Michael Potreon Plastic, you leave with about 10 classical records.
Well, I will say
you can't walk away.
my classical cube here, right there, is basically Michael's. Like, I've learned everything about classical from him.
What
to
was
look
that
for,
record
what to
again?
get.
What was that record again?
What, Beethoven?
No, the one you just showed.
The Beethoven, Night
No, but
Symphonies.
who's the conductor guy?
Von
Oh.
Karajan. Von
Yeah.
Karajan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Karaya, yes.
Okay, the 1960 in the 90s, he re-recorded everything. So don't get that one. Get the
Yeah, you
one
have
he did in
to-
1960. Now some say he was a Nazi sympathizer, but it's only because all these guys had to work, you know.
Yeah.
So it's
well, you know what? If I buy that, I can't outdo Michael Fremer.
no,
That's
exactly.
fair.
It's
Well,
actually
Michael
really
Fremer has like
recommended it.
15. He has everything from the what is it? The Reader's Digest version, which he says is excellent. That do not like turn your nose up against that. To some super fancy stuff from like the Vienna Philharmonic or whatever. But he has like a ton of them. He was just saying like every collection ought to have this box set, and I pull that out often and just throw something on. It's great.
Does he have any that have sharpied up, covers?
Okay.
Yeah. I heard that Meg White plays drums on it.
Mazzy, do you have any ERCs?
I do not, and I'm not going there. I have no
Yeah.
interest.
Me too.
You know, I like good sound, and I have about 70 Music Matters jazz records, and I love those.
That's incredible.
To me, those are in the right ballpark. Now they're crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I only bought one on the resale market, so I lucked out on those.
Which one?
Do
you remember?
I don't remember. I do want Evolution's the one I want with the pink cover that Bob.
Oh, that goes for some serious.
Yeah.
Oh, I know how much you can get it exactly right now.
I'm not.
Oh yeah, Felipe.
Like
Felipe has an
$500.
inside person at Music Matters.
I'm not gonna buy it.
You can buy a sealed one for $540.
Yeah, I'm not gonna buy it. I'm
not. Mazzy, do you have a copy of that or no?
I don't.
Like I'm saying, any copy.
I don't. And I'm not gonna buy the 75th. I'll just, it'll turn up.
No. The classic. They're doing a classic series this year. It's coming.
Oh, are they? Okay, I'll get that. But I think that this is where I'm superficial. That cover is so beautiful pink that I would like a Tone Poet nicely printed version.
I'm with you.
But see, because I like the
It's
cover.
not going to happen.
When you stepped away, Mazzy, I was saying that as much as I absolutely love the classic series, and I've been able to build my Blue Note collection so much because of it, I would love just to have a little better cover.
Yeah, I agree. Even a heavier weight, right?
Just a little
thicker, right? Yes,
I'll
yes.
pay the extra, $3, $4, $5.
Yeah.
But I get that they have a whole different business model for that series.
Good night, Nicole. I seem to be so influential on Josh, except, which I hate to say off the record, except for politics, but he buys everything I tell him to buy, and he buys it.
Well, hey, can you tell him to buy a short?
No, don't ban the game. Okay,
Josh,
this is extreme.
Seriously, if you guys want, this is I don't know how much this goes for these days, but
I'm looking now. It's not cheap.
But
how much do they want for it?
Well, I'm just trying to find an affordable vinyl version of it.
It is. If it's
at least all these records you can get individually on Deutsche Grammophon. So get the Ninth Symphony. The Ninth, in fact.
I love the Fourth. The pastoral one is great. I mean, there's so many. That box set is awesome. Like
I have it on CD. It's fine by me.
It's really good.
I have it on 8 tracks.
I don't really have much classical, but I have that. And then the other two, when I would recommend a box set of Beethoven and these other two.
Can Mazzy tell Josh D to buy a boat with a big hole in it?
I'm gonna wait for Mazzy to come back.
Probably the most amazing over the top. The amazing over the top classical box set that I have at 45 RPM that comes in back every once in a while in print is this one. And
I gotta get this one.
Yeah, this is one of the best sounding records in my collection.
Isn't that really expensive, Mazzy?
Yes, but go back out, Chris. Go back out.
Like as much as the Bill Evans box.
Oh
Chris,
no.
This
No,
one,
no.
this one is in
No.
print and still very good. It's not, it's not
Is that the analog or whatever it's called?
No,
Speaker's Corner.
yeah.
Speaker's Corner.
Speaker's Corner, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
this is the
so-
double 40. This is the 45 RPM. I think this is like $175 when it's in print.
This recording is insane.
Yeah.
So how much is that one? The Speaker's Corner.
I think. I mean, it's a 3
Think
LP.
of that,
So you're
$100
gonna pay three. You're gonna pay for 3, Speakers Corners LP. So I think it's less than 100 for sure. But I'm not exactly sure how much it is. But
It is so good. I mean,
it is
Yeah.
beyond good.
how can you not like a classical record with Yul Brynner on the cover, right?
I will say, I swear to God, that when we got this, you saw Remy earlier. When we brought him home, I played this and I propped this up so I could see the cover, and he barked at it like he was scared. So,
And if anyone doesn't know the music, as soon as you hear the first track, you've
Yeah.
heard it on every movie or commercial.
oh my God, it's so good.
Right.
But yeah, so the 3 classical that I recommend to Chris and Felipe are Beethoven Bach's, the Bach cello
I
suites,
ended up getting this one.
and then the third is the AP Royal Ballet.
Wow.
And-
Man, you jazz bums are crazy.
Why?
Woo! Anyway. Yeah. But yeah.
That's my
There's plenty
classical
other-
recommend.
obviously
That's my
there's plenty
classical
These 3 are
recommendation.
just, I mean,
There you go.
it's a Run DMC.
Yeah, this is pretty great. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Dun, 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 dun,
Now,
dun,
now,
dun,
I've
dun,
been
dun.
wanting-
my wife loves
I've
this
been
one.
wanting that for a long time, but I just haven't pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
Me too.
And now that I'm
It'll
buying
come
all
back
this shit,
if they're out of it now. This comes back in print every year.
yeah, but the problem is I just bought a ton of shit and I'm going to buy the Bill Evans box, so it'll be a while.
There you
The
go.
problem is price of records are going up. So I got that Royal Ballet for $75. Mazzy, how much do you remember how much you paid for
I don't
it?
remember.
But the UHQR that was listed today was $150, which is 25 more than
2 records, yeah. Yeah.
So, Analog Productions is going up in value.
I think I made a mistake because I thought this was the soundtrack to Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Oh.
Yeah.
I heard that you look at that cover with a magnifying glass all the time.
You can't get us together. You can't get us together in the same room. We're like the class clowns here.
Oh my God.
Hey, and can you tell Josh D to buy a boat with a hole in it and a trundle bed on it
Oh yeah.
so
Uh,
his
gonna
friends can
kill you.
sleep over?
Yeah. And a shark magnet, right?
Yeah.
Well, we could dump chum on them too.
Yeah.
But anyway, we could pivot from classical. Because Fremer. So I buy I bought this. I mean, anyway, I don't have to pull everything out, but I buy a lot from his reviews on Analog Planet. When he says something's an 11, I want to hear what an 11 sounds like.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
so anyway, so I like him.
I do too.
And does Carolina support your
No.
obsession?
No, she constantly says, "Did you have to pick jazz?"
What is she like? What does she like?
So she likes she was saying when we were talking
She
about
can
Neil-
talk for herself. I'm not trying to.
I can't. I don't have any makeup on.
She said she
No,
doesn't
but
have makeup.
she's in the peanut gallery. You can post it.
Yeah,
She
you can
looked like
post
Springsteen
the
earlier.
No, wait.
public demand what you want.
Wait,
But
what's that?
she got me into, and I'm from New
Yeah.
Jersey, so this is
Oh, wow.
sacrilege. But she
Ooh.
got me into Bruce big
You
time,
need a remote.
and I love a lot of Bruce records now. But that's from
Where
her,
are you from in Jersey, though?
from Monmouth County, where he lives.
No, that's where
I
my
don't know. She seems
no, my
to-
cousin.
it seems like Carolina is either a communist or a Russian because
Well, she is from Poland.
No, my dad was an anti-communist movement.
No,
Yeah.
because she spells her name with a K, and I know because my last name is Maslov. I know
Oh.
the whole Russian, Polish,
Polish.
Soviet. My father is from
Polish.
Yugoslavia.
Hey, I'm Polish. I'm Polish.
There you go.
Don't call me a Russian. My parents will get upset.
Привет, spotečes voleć zamrči harashimajček.
Nazdrav.
Russian?
I don't know.
I didn't hear him.
She didn't hear you. But anyway, she came over when she was how old? 6?
5.
5. So she can sort of
My
understand.
father came to San Francisco when he was 11 from Yugoslavia, so I know.
But she likes a lot of
We got
classic
kicked
rock.
out of Poland.
I actually, so she likes Paul Simon, Bruce Springsteen.
Hey.
She likes Fleetwood Mac, all that kind of stuff. So I'm not,
Rolling Stone.
you know, I'm buying like free avant-garde jazz, and when I play that, she's like, "What are you playing?"
You need to buy all that stuff, man. That stuff's great.
I know. Well, I figured if I just constantly just play it, at some point, she'll,
No.
she'll
But you
get
know,
it.
it's. I didn't like a lot of that stuff when it first came out. Seriously,
Yeah.
I couldn't.
That's weird.
Coleman. I didn't like a lot of Ornette Coleman 20, 30 years ago.
Agreed. Yeah. I'm quoting, I think I heard, who else said it? I forget, but they were saying like that the reason why like there's like some snobbery in jazz is because like usually people get to it after they kind of explore other forms of music, and then you kind of find jazz and appreciate it at that level.
Yeah.
And because
Or
of that, it like is inherently snobby.
Or sometimes people into punk rock like out there.
I
jazz.
like punk rock.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a way to kind of cross over because
I agree. I've said that like to myself before, that like there are analogs between punk rock and jazz. Like it is a small scene. The band, like the musicians are working together. They're forming new groups constantly. They're everything's kind of like in flux. Obviously, like the talents may vary. I feel like the jazz musicians might be at a different level, honestly, because Miles Davis went to Juilliard. I don't think Sid Vicious, went to the whatever schools in London. But
there is a 40th anniversary remaster coming out, or remix. I don't know if it's worth it or not, but of Rotten Vegetables by Ted Kennedy's coming out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So yeah.
I have one Dead Kennedys.
Yeah.
Anyway, I forget. It's like Holiday in Cambodia, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah,
I think they were a step above, like better lyrics, better songwriting, but everything is more. Their music is way more complex.
Jello Biafra, or however you pronounce his name, kind of screwed over the rest of the band, and they.
Well,
sued.
Okay,
He's a nice
be.
guy. He's a nice guy.
That could well be, but it's kind of similar to the case, and it's probably the same as Robbie Robertson with the band. Now, people say he screwed everyone over. Now, maybe he did a bit. However, the good or bad or the ugly of all this stuff, when you write the material on the publishing, you get a lot more money than everyone else.
Yeah.
And he wrote all those songs.
Yeah, he was the personality. I mean, you listen to those records, like he has. It's like sometimes he's like on Holiday in Cambodia, he like talks to the crowd when it drops down, like he's a crooner almost.
Oh,
like
yeah,
there's a whole style that he's
a stand-up. He's a character. I used to see the Dead Kennedys all the time. He's a character.
Yeah.
I didn't always love them, but they were like great theatrics, and they were great.
Some stuff I feel like is good, some's not good.
Yeah. I mean, they're not a great band I always thought they were better live than their records.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine, like, if you were in that scene, you were punk rock, and you would go, like, that's a show you go to, and like, those are your people, you're there. Like, I could totally get that.
Come on, Josh, East Bay Ray. He's a dude.
When I grew up, I would listen to, my favorite bands were on Epitaph. Do you guys know this label?
Yeah. It's started by the guy from.
Was it Rancid or Operation Ivy?
No, not Rancid, not Social Distortion. The other, geez, my brain's fried today.
Well, I liked because they had Dropkick Murphys, Rancid. There were some No Effects albums.
But Epitaph was started by, and there's these teen girls called the Linda Lindas. Have you heard of them? They're like their latest band on that label. I
haven't followed punk rock in years, but when I played drums in a punk band, and we used to
Bad Religion.
Oh yeah, the singer has a PhD in like physics.
Right, he's the guy who started the label.
Yeah, so he's a smart dude.
But go check out the Linda Lindas. They're not half bad. They're like 13-year-old girls. They did pretty good.
That sounds absolutely awful.
But now they're not 67 years old now.
Yeah. But yeah, Mazzy, I don't know what it is, but I totally agree that there's something in punk rock that is in jazz, like that.
It's in more the outdoor because it's atonal. It's out there. It's not perfect. It's angular. It's a little it's a very aggressive, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, you know that John Coltrane's the guy who invented slam dancing.
Well, I'll tell you, if you listen to Ascension, are you familiar with this? That is like, it sounds punk rock. Like, it does not sound like a jazz record. He sounds like he's fucking ready for a mosh pit.
Do you have any of the, have you picked up, they're white guys, so bear with us, but any of the Lounge Lizards records?
No, I don't think so.
Because
No.
that's John Lurie, who's an actor who was in Stranger Than Paradise and Down by Law.
He has that TV show and he did on HBO where he lives on an island and
well,
paints.
he used to do Fishing by John. Now it's Painting by John.
Yeah.
But the records on EG Editions, and the first one is really good, and it's produced by Teo Maceo, who produced the Bitches Brew and those records.
Oh, right.
And it's Lower East Side jazz from the 70s or early 80s. Yeah. And they do a great version of Nocturne of what's the song?
It is, so they do a lot of cool stuff. They do Estrophy by Thelonious Monk.
But the first white covered album they're sitting around on EG is really a good record. Teo Maceo produced it by Lounge Lizards. That's worth getting.
Okay. I'll add it to my want list.
Nothing's wrong with the white guys, Josh. I just saying they're white guy jazz. But there was that period of time. There was like a late 70s, early 80s with the punk movement and the artsy movement, the whole Lower East Side, CBGBs, and then the jazzy, artsy crowd and the art scene of and they were part of that, and they were great and really good. Lounge Lizards.
Yeah,
they have like 4 or 5 albums.
Yeah, I'm looking at their the EG label. It's cool. And it looks like it was pressed in,
I think Arto, what's his name? The drummer.
The drummer is Anton Fig.
Anton Fig.
Fear.
Oh, he played for David Letterman.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, so on their first album, they have John Lurie, Evan Lurie, if I'm pronouncing that right.
2 brothers, yeah.
So John's on alto, Evan's on keyboards. Steve Piccolo on bass, Arto Lindsay guitar, Anton Fear on drums, and that's it. So there's
a whole collective, and also later was the Golden Palominos, which is more rock and roll based, and some of those Anton Fear was mixed with those guys, and that's more of the, I don't want to say new wavy post-punk thing, which is that Lower East Side segment, period of the low 80s, early 80s.
I wish I could share my screen. This Lounge Lizards cover with the picture of them all with black ties is really badass.
That's the album to get. That's the album to get. It's great.
Yeah. For anybody listening, definitely check it
Harlem Nocturne, that's the song,
Okay, yeah.
Illinois Jacquet does that on the acoustic sound record of that song.
I need to get some of his stuff.
And that album with it's Analog Productions with that song Harlem Nocturne, the best version of that song I've ever heard. It's kind of like Naked Gun, loungy, noir music. It is so good.
Yeah, I'm checking this out. I'll check this out. This looks cool, and the reviews are very good as well. If
Carolina's watching, I just spent $300 of Mike's money tonight.
Oh, is that right? It's an expensive record.
No, in general of all the.
Oh
things.
Yes, yeah.
The streams are very expensive.
Holy shit, man! That AP drop murdered.
Chris, have you bought anything? Come on, have you pulled the trigger tonight during this?
Oh my God! So I bought 12 Prestige today because they just showed up in stock.
Oh, you did. Okay, you're set.
But then I bought Universal's website, whatever it's called.
The 40%? Yeah.
40%.
I did 2 orders. So I bought 9 records total and got them for 40% off. So I got both the Blue Trains, 2 classic series that are coming out. I got the Louis and
wait, but they weren't giving a discount on the classics.
Yes, they were. I think they were.
It said, like, I wanted Unity. It says at the bottom, does not qualify for any.
You had to buy more money's worth.
No. It just I tried to buy in other sales, and they say does not qualify for
Well,
sale.
they didn't allow it from Jews from Southern California. Everyone else they were at
That's
label.
right. Yeah. That's the okay. So Rob and Mazzy, what the hell was I going to ask? Oh, are you buying both stereo and mono Blue Trains, or
No,
what are you
just
getting?
the mono. Just the mono.
I'm just getting the mono too.
I'm
Mazzy?
buying only the stereo because I have a Music Matter Jazz mono.
Okay. I have a stereo.
I have a DMM of Blue Train stereo, but I just want one copy of it. I'm sure the mono will be great.
I have this. I always call it a weird copy, but like, okay, look at the hype sticker on it. Mastered from the original analog tape. Okay, 180 gram vinyl. Who cares? Audiophile.
That's one of those like weird hype stickers that it starts from that, but who knows where it goes after that.
Right. Well, this is a stereo copy. I hate that it doesn't have the catalog number on the cover. It's so lame that it doesn't have, what is it, 1577. But it sounds good. It's stereo. This was pressed in like, I want to say like 2005. And it was called like the Top 10 Blue Note series. And no, this was in the 90s, not 2005, like 1995. And there's the label. And like, look at the matrix number. It's like 0777.
Wow.
It's fucking weird. Nobody has this pressing except for me. But apparently it's all analog. It's on like, it's probably 180 grand maybe.
The thing is, the bottom line is, do you like the sound? If it sounds good.
It's giving me the discount.
People get so wrapped up in like, they're waiting for that ultimate version, that elusive version. If you like it,
that's why I'm so excited for the mono. And I know this is stupid, but like I just wanted to have that 1577 on the cover, like the classic. You know, I don't know. It's such a great record. I don't listen to it all the time, but
is your birthday coming up, Mike?
In October it is, yes.
Okay. Carolina just pushed by today on the stereo.
Yeah, both. Yes.
Yeah, I get both.
But I'm just getting the mono. I want the mono. And Kevin Gray, in an interview with Steve Westman, said, you can go back and check the transcript, that he liked the mono better. Right? Am I right to say that?
Well, okay. Here's a better example.
What happened? Did you lose your toupee, Rob? What's going on? Like,
here it's like Trump in his in prison.
Trump is not allowed to be mentioned on this stream, by the way.
Okay. So, if you did you buy My Favorite Things, the double disc?
No, I skipped it.
I got it when Amazon dropped it to $22.
I saw that and I still passed on it because I was like, I don't want this.
That mono sounds incredible. If you listen to that, you would buy just the mono of Blue Train.
You guys, did everyone else get that? That essentially like a twofer, mono stereo.
I got it. I did.
So I skipped it because I'm an idiot. But I was like, you know what? I don't need My Favorite Things. It's a lame song. I don't need him playing soprano sax on this pop record.
But you don't like Julie Andrews? You don't like?
Hey, listen.
I do. I like her, but I don't need Coltrane doing it.
He makes
I
that
am
song.
16.
It's almost like he's murdering Julie Andrews as he plays it. He is making that song his
I
own.
screamed it multiple times. I tried to make an informed decision. I was like, you know what? I have so much.
You're the guy who just sat here and
I have
goes,
so much. I swear to God.
I can
I have
tell
so
when the
much
digital,
fucking
it's like the digital is licking my ear, and I'm
the Sound of Music is the second best musical about Nazis ever made, after Springtime for Hitler.
Yeah.
You know.
And so I skipped it, and I also hate the cover that it came in. Hate that cover. You know, if they put that in a nice gatefold, I probably would have bought it.
You know, if you don't like it, don't get it. That's the thing.
Well, that's the thing. I'm really
don't feel pressure. Don't feel
pressure. Felipe, no, I am like very opinionated and about like what I want, and like I don't want to get stuff that I'm not going to listen to. So if I feel like I'm just going to get it.
Exactly. And then
that's
after
all I buy. I buy it.
2 weeks, it said, "Oh, Mike, Chris or Felipe, man, this thing is awesome." Yeah, we told you.
Well,
he's the guy that's calling Chad. He's the guy that's calling Chad, crying on the phone. Hey, buddy, did you save one of the discs for me? And Chad's going to tell you, I don't know what to tell you, man. Buy now or cry later. That's what happens to Mike every time.
That's the best Chad impression I've ever heard, by the way.
We just guilted Chris to open up a sealed record tonight.
Hey,
so,
all I'm saying is, okay, tell You're very opinionated. Tell me how you feel about the nude best adult dating site.
Well, honestly, I don't want to be on this live stream. I also want to be careful that I'm not too harsh on things because I know that I'll not like something and then 6 months later, all of a sudden I want it.
If it's a $22 record, you get two. It's and
Yeah,
you'll
but,
grow to
but
love.
with that $22, I could put towards something else. It's not like it's like this is what do they say? This is a zero-sum game for me. I only have a finite amount of money to spend. So if that money's there, then I can't add that to my Music Matters Jazz order, right?
Thank you for. Well, but my whole attitude is I sell stuff and then I have money to buy stuff.
Well, I actually am really.
I'm weird. I'm a
no,
horseshoe.
but I feel like your approach, and maybe this is an overstatement, but like your approach, I feel like your collecting pays for the collection, right?
Right.
Like you
No,
go
that's
out,
all
like you'll
I don't-
find something, sell it for X. Like you even said on the stream,
feel-
and that's
I feel
great.
like I'm giving. I don't live on what I make from selling records. I put it back into
Well,
buying
yes.
records. So
And
yeah.
I'm into another thing that I'm interested. I don't collect or anything, but I'm interested in the YouTube community of like vintage games, like Nintendo games and stuff like this. And there are people that
You're a nerd.
they completely support their collection by buying collections from like garage sales, taking what they need, and then selling the rest to support basically what they paid for.
Right.
And like they like essentially their collection is free. So I respect that, but the thing is, that requires a level of time that is. I just feel like with the amount of work that I do, like
I'm glad my son's not into vinyl because he gets all mine eventually. But he's got an intense Pokemon card collection, so he can.
That's serious.
That might I don't know how rare those are at this point, but
that's serious.
All
I know is anything Pokemon is like Beatles for vinyl collecting. Pokemon is for like.
My son's 31 years old, so there you go.
Yeah. I've seen your videos with your drives with him.
Yeah.
He seems like he has pretty good taste in music.
He does. Well, I brainwashed him. I would play, like, turn him on and stuff. Not that he always listened to that stuff, but he's not into records.
Yeah.
So he just.
Well, there's time.
I think he shouldn't be.
Yeah.
When people ask me should they get into vinyl, I swear to God, I always say don't bother.
I think if you don't have a passion for it, don't force yourself.
Yeah, enjoy them. Play music, and if you go to vinyl or go to CDs or go to downloads, if you get to that on your own organically, great. But it's the music, stupid, right?
Yes.
Why do you keep calling me stupid?
Because it takes one to know one.
Hey, I'm trying to find a fourth album on You Discover now that I know this bullshit where they go, it doesn't qualify for discounts or sale.
I bought the I pre-ordered today. I had a pre-order on Amazon, but I got the 4 LP outtakes of the Blondie box. I didn't get the full Blondie box, but I got the 4 LP outtakes for 40% off, so $120.
That's good.
Now this is what's funny. They have the Marvin Gaye for $60. Amazon's selling it for $29.
Yeah, well,
I had to buy 5 records to get the discount, Rob.
What do you mean? I thought if you buy 4 records, you get
4.
the
It says 4 or more. So if your total amount's not high enough, it won't let you apply the.
I also bought the Verve Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong Volume 2.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not into that.
Oscar Peterson, We Get Requests was on there too. How about that?
Yeah, I have the 45 version of it.
Okay,
Those are great records.
Yeah.
No, I would buy that in a second. I wonder. I would sell it, but I think he has it still in stock.
The sale ends at midnight tonight, probably Pacific time. I don't know. Probably 4 more hours.
Pacific, yes, usually Pacific.
Yeah, you should order anything you want now, basically.
Yeah.
For sure.
Remember, buy now or cry later.
Ooh, it's back ordered. Maybe I should just buy it and sell my 45.
Yeah.
But hey, Mike, if you buy a banana and you okay, never mind. I can't read.
udiscover.com. They have a for National Record Store Day, or no, National Vinyl Record Day.
Yeah.
Where's that music coming from?
Felipe, you have music on?
I think it's from me, yes.
What is my
Doing
wife
a-
saying?
a-
Talking about cook a banana?
She's talking about a banana motorcycle or
She's
something.
just referring to, we like make up songs because we just do that, and she's just referring to something we made up. And
I
I'm
think
not-
she wants to re-up your marriage vows so she can stay in the country another 7 years. So.
No,
Oh, just kidding, just kidding, just kidding.
so
I'm a full citizen.
Oh crap! Man, that 45 is going for some money. I'm just gonna sell that and buy
the
the
AP 45.
Yeah,
Yeah, I bet it's probably the definitive copy.
yeah. I'd rather just have the 33.
Well,
Mike, the sale is what is it called? Not UMG. What is it? Universal. What's the
you
website?
discover.
You discover 40% off, but it ends tonight. So
Well, it's tiered. It's tiered. 20,
Yeah.
30, 40.
we got 40% because the archivist and I ordered like 4 things today.
What did you guys get?
Oh, yeah,
Well,
it's
we both
backordered
got
now,
the Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong Volume 2. We both ordered one of those, the Verve. I got the Blondie, not the full box, but the 4 LP outtakes, which is $200, and so I got it for $120.
Oh wow!
And the full box is there too, but I didn't want. I already have the.
Oh okay, yeah.
But,
I saw the firmer unboxing. It looks impressive. I mean,
it's great.
Nice
Yeah, but I already have those.
Monster box. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there was one other I bought. What else did I buy?
She has some great album covers.
Oh, so what do you have to hit as the threshold? That's weird.
I don't know. I've hit like $150 is what my bills were, or 160.
Screw it. I'm just gonna get the Adam's Apple, Unity, and Blues Walk.
I have a Jazz Burn.
Oh, and I got a Ringo Starr EP. Sorry. Okay.
Oh, cool. I saw that. I ended up getting a
I'm a
Tom
Beatle
Petty.
guy. $13 instead of $23. Whatever.
What year is that from?
It's new. It's
New, yeah.
dumb. I'll probably never listen to it. It's dumb. I'm a
How-
Beatle guy.
Yeah. You're like essentially.
Yeah.
Would you consider yourself a completist?
Oh yeah. In Beatles only.
You know whose channel I watched years ago was Mean Mr. Mayo. Have you followed him?
Yeah.
He's got like an insane.
Yeah. He's only Beatles. I'm not an only Beatle. You know.
Yeah,
No, well, I mean, I've seen him get other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does, but it's all in the '60s, like in that kind of genre.
Yeah.
So I have a Jazz Burn, and I really want to like this record. I listened to it today, and it's not terrible, but I will say it's a little boring, and it's probably not a surprise. But this is a Prestige. This is the reason why I like this record is because Bobby Jasper's on it.
I love Bobby
And
Jasper.
I love Bobby Jasper, and it's not a bad record. Like it's fine, but it's just kind of boring. I threw this on, and it was such a boring snooze fest. So anyway, Flute Souffle, and the thing is, they're not only both of them, Herbie Mann and Bobby Jasper, also play tenor sax. So it's not just them playing flute. So it's okay, but I don't know if you see this in the store. I don't know if it's something.
Have you cut any of the Bobby Jasper Sam records?
I have that in
no,
order.
and I'm really upset. I didn't.
Those are really good.
No,
Those
I
are
have
really
it in order. I have it on order with the in group, but they were.
I want that Bobby Jasper. I don't think it's coming back in print.
No, it is. But he got a bad batch of them and pulled the shipping. Okay, I got those 3 stupid.
This is a killer Sam record, and I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like it's
good. I like
underrated.
that.
But Bobby Jasper is Barney Weiland.
record.
I'm sorry, Barney Weiland. I'm confusing.
Oh,
them.
Barney
Barney
Weiland
Weiland. Yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Get Barney Weiland shit.
Yes.
Mike, the fact that you turned me on to that Flute Souffle record, because you said it was
What do
awesome.
well, when I first listened to it, I liked it, and I listened to it today, and man, I was just like, this is boring. What do you think?
I like it.
You
I gotta
should
listen
get
to
the
it.
Herbie Mann record where his shirt's off and his hairy bodies on it.
Oh yeah, that's a famous cover.
I bought way
I'll
too
tell
many
you a great
records
record
today that I'm not going to listen to.
Hold on. And this is RBG. This is RBG stamped, and look at that beautiful Trident Prestige label. Oh, does it get any better, folks?
Are you trying to sell it?
No, I'm gonna keep it.
This
It's
record's
not,
amazing.
it's
though.
not a bad record. It's just that I don't know. If there's nothing else to buy in the store, get it. But if there's other stuff, this is one you lose.
Yeah.
Look at this though. If you see this one, buy it. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Herbie Mann in 1972 in New York and
I'll
Montreal.
tell you the best Herbie Mann record you should get.
Every
Okay.
time Chris plays that record, by the way, for the past year, he tells me I need to get that record.
Yeah, that's true. I do.
It's like, yeah, I do need to check that out because it does sound like it's very good.
The best Herbie Mann record to get is live at the Village Vanguard.
Okay.
Not the Village Vanguard, the Village something. Gate. The Village Gate.
Oh, okay. That's in Europe, I think.
I don't know, but that album is his best
Let
album.
me double check.
I think I have that.
I have this Herbie Mann. Hold on, everybody.
There's some bad Herbie Man too, though, man. There's some bad Herbie Man.
Man, I got to sell some records to pay for what I bought today.
This is my favorite Herbie Mann record I have in my collection. It is a Bethlehem. This is a cheap record with Sam Most, and they're playing flute. But this is like a 50s jam session. I mean, look at that cover.
That's pretty cool.
Those old school Bethlehem like laminate covers are great. Beautiful back. You know, I swear to God, I think I got this for $5, like just in the cheap bins or whatever. And it has a beautiful. I mean, the wax is clean, but look at that beautiful Bethlehem label. So anyway, so I'm not I like some flute. I like Herbie Mann, but Jazz Souffle on Prestige. Don't recommend it. It's not terrible, but don't recommend it. But this one's one to go. All right. Let's move on to tuba.
I mean, John Marino, you have perfect timing when to come in at the end of a stream.
Okay, hold on. What's he saying?
No, he's just saying hello.
Oh,
He just showed up.
yeah. We're now over 3 hours.
Wow.
We're gonna go for 10.
Didn't feel like
I'm beat. I got a lot to do this weekend.
Yeah.
What do you
Has
have to
it
do?
been
You're in
ice
Santa
cream?
Monica. You go to the beach.
No,
you hang
I'm
out.
teaching 30 students. It's crazy. So.
Oh yeah, but
yeah.
What time is it there? Like 7?
What?
What time is it there? Like 8?
it's
8
o'clock. It's 8
but I
o'clock.
wake
It's 8
up
o'clock.
way early and
Yeah, because you're on Rachel's stream, and that's early for you because she
Yeah.
starts at 9
She
Eastern.
starts
Yeah,
at
but-
6 a.m. She
Yeah.
starts
but
at 6 a.m.
but it's my timing. You know, I wake up around 6 o'clock. So.
Yeah, I understand that. What? So, Wax, I know that you showed short films to your students because you were on Rachel's stream talking about that, and you said that they were going to rank them.
No. So I'm teaching an event management class. Where I'm teaching them how to run an event, and the
Oh.
event we're doing is we have film students that submitted their short film, and we're gonna do a test screening because we can't have people come on campus, so we're gonna do it virtually. So yes, diabetes. Thank you. So we're
talent is good.
gonna recruit.
Gelato. Come on, chill out. It's gelato.
We're gonna recruit 100 people to come watch 4 short films. They're gonna fill out surveys. So I'm teaching them how to put this event together. So
Okay.
that's what I'm doing. But we had 25 submissions from film students, so we had to whittle them down to 4.
Got it.
What we
Okay.
did. Yeah.
Hey,
It's nice.
Felipe, do you have this
Can we
stream?
submit this? Can we submit this live stream?
What do you mean?
To be
Only
considered for
you can
video?
submit it. Where the strange turn is, it's really Felipe who has the adult dating site. It has to have a twist ending.
Oh God! Can we kick this mofo?
There you go.
All right, should we wind it down? We are over 3 hours.
Yeah, I'm pretty beat too.
Okay.
But I-
Josh has a 7-Eleven he needs to go hang out behind. He has to go.
Those are great, Mazzy.
Those are cool.
So, Leslie, listen to this record.
Okay.
Yes.
Everybody.
Everyone, if there's nothing else to buy, get this. But if there's
Well,
something else,
is that how you bash a record that you ate?
I don't
Hey
hate it.
guys,
I just the thing is,
I have a jazz burn for you.
Go on.
You smell bad. Just go take a shower, wash, and use deodorant. Burn. It's like an Andy
No, I
Samberg.
don't want to be too harsh. And
Hey, your mom doesn't know how to cook. Burn.
Go buy some Mose Allison records.
Oh God.
I have a Mose Allison.
I have
Yeah,
lots of those out.
Buy the early Prestige ones or
This
the
guy.
Atlantic ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
great records.
This is a great. I bought this blind. I just saw Prestige, cool cover. You know, I know I heard of Mose Allison.
I think that's half instrumental, half vocals. But
yeah, no, there's a vocal track. There's one vocal track on both
his
sides.
vocals are that great jive stuff. He's like
cool.
a hipster.
I was so happy with this.
I think this is a Van Gelder.
I think I got this for $9 or something. Real cheap.
Get you some Moe's. There's like 3 twofers that you basically have all his best albums.
Yeah. All right.
So, cheap record. Everybody should get it.
Oh yeah, Freddie Hubbard, Curtis Fuller.
Now, what is that on? What is that on, Felipe?
It's on vinyl.
Thank you, Mazzy. What? Felipe's had too much to drink, I think.
No. TCB.
Any last?
Atlantic, right?
TCB.
PCB. Okay, well, that's cool.
I mean, Freddie Hubbard's the best. I love him.
I have all of his CTIs.
I
only have that comp Atlantic.
I have his 2 impulses, and those are incredible.
And then all his Blue Notes is awesome. That one that came out, the Tone Poet that just came out, that thing's awesome.
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah. And I hesitated to buy it, and I picked it up. I'm so happy I got that. It sounds so good.
What's it called? I forgot.
It's Breaking Point.
Breaking Point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for inviting us up. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Let's
Thanks
wrap
for
this
being
up.
here, Mazzy. Really, thanks a lot, Rob and Mazzy, for joining us.
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yes. I next time have some killer burns for me.
See, look at it's still light here in the Pacific Northwest.
You got the whole night to go.
Actually, it's dark here, dark and black here.
Well, see, we're like 45 minutes brighter than you are in the Bay Area and in Southern California. We're like an hour brighter.
It's all dark here. All dark.
All right. So before we go, if you guys have the opportunity to spin something tonight, if you're not going out, what are you guys going to pull?
Me?
Yeah, everybody.
I'll pull my pillow up and lay down
I'm
on
going
it.
to go blast this Neil Young right now when we hang up. I just feel like some crazy horse.
It's very good one, Mazzy.
I haven't listened to this yet. It just arrived, so I haven't listened
Awesome.
That looks awesome.
All this New Young Reissues archive.
Well, this is like new stuff, right?
Yes.
I can't tell with him. He puts out a record every 6 minutes.
What are you going to listen to, Felipe?
I have some records here. Freddie Hubbard, Blue Spirits. I'm playing to tonight. Blue Label, White Bee, Freddie Hubbard, and the Hank Mobley, Just Message number 2. That's my
nice.
Sounds good.
That's awesome.
How about you guys?
Mike?
I think I'm actually going to spin this Mose Allison now that I pulled it out. I'll probably drop this on first thing.
That's really good.
Wax is going to go find his pillow, too.
I'm gonna probably take a shower and chill and watch some TikTok videos.
That sounds good. Me too.
Hitchcock?
TikTok.
Yes, I'm gonna watch some Hitchcock videos.
Which ones?
The
North and Northwest.
Birds.
Yes.
North and Northwest.
Hey, has anyone ever done like the Pink Floyd thing, where you just put a movie on but play an album
Well,
with it?
it's the Wizard
Yes.
of Oz is the one.
Yeah,
I think it's too much. I never tried it.
I've
No,
done that.
not that specific thing. I'm just saying you put on a different album. With
I'll put on
visual.
like a film noir and just play it mute and then just go.
Well, I
to
do that a
it.
lot. I play records a lot with movies on all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works. Some movies I love doing that with.
I'm thinking about cracking this Chet Baker album open and listening to
You
it.
better
do it.
Nice.
don't leave your record sealed.
No, the alternative was selling it
Oh, okay.
or buying something else with that money. So
And Chris, what are you going to spend?
I'm probably gonna go lay down and watch TikTok. Just
yes,
like that.
Chris. I mean, you know what? There's nothing better than 15 to 30 seconds of content, and you can go next.
Yes, exactly.
I'm very judgmental. I'm just like, no, absolutely not.
No, I'm serious. And then someone teaches you how to make like sesame noodles, and you go, okay, I'll save that.
Also, what's the deal? Is the VC on TikTok? Is there like a good person to follow? Is there anybody doing it right?
Actually, I'll send you. There is a girl. There's this girl who will show albums. And picks good stuff. There's a guy who has a killer antique sound system.
I follow both of these people. It's hilarious.
Woo!
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then Greg Vinyl Rundown puts weird ass videos on TikTok.
She's here local. She's in
Hey,
Texas.
I do have 3 Boomer Scalper. I started a Boomer Scalper TikTok just to see what happens. I don't really go and check it because it's on my main account. But if you want to go Boomer Scalper, look, there you go.
Okay, that's what I'll do.
Scalper.
Very nice. Is that the Neil Young?
This is Neil Young. I know you're gonna get copyrighted strike, but let me just start it.
Unfortunately, Josh D, my algorithm with TikTok is watching you Trumper morons get on my TikTok feed.
See ya.
All right. See you, Mazzy.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you for coming.
Have a good night.
All right.
All right, Rob. Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for coming, man.
Yeah, I'm a loser. I live by myself and I do nothing. Thank you, Josh D.
Thank you so much, Rex.
You ammunition. All right, bye.
All right.
Bye.
See ya. Gentlemen.
Well, it's a good stream, man.
Oh my
3
God.
hours,
It's
20
so much
minutes.
fun. This was awesome.
That was long. I thought it was going to be way less.
Josh D wants to do it every Friday. I agree.
Yeah,
It should be cool, yes. Yes.
very much
The
so.
nerd fern says goodbye. I texted my wife that I need a fern for my office now. So
Yeah, nerd fern in the back
Yeah.
there.
yeah, for sure. I need one.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
We got that from Trader Joe's, so I don't know if that's like a thing, but
I put it on my turntable. You think it's a good idea? Like use it as a record weight?
we won last nerd fern. I mean, come on, look at that.
You know, it looks like Wilson.
Bye, Baggy.
Does. All right, guys, should we wrap it up?
Yeah, I think so. When are we going to do another video?
Let's chat. Maybe we can do something Monday, Tuesday.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. What you got, Felipe?
Thank you so much. I'm playing right now Little Robin.
Very good.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Goodbye.
Oh, yeah. Subscribe, like. There's no way anybody is going to rewatch this to the end. But if you did, thank you.
Yeah.
Please, if you actually make it to the end, please drop a comment.
Yeah, if you
Have a comment if
That's
you
incredible.
to the end. Yeah. Join us and bring a drink.
yeah, exactly.
And thanks for everybody for joining, hanging out with us. This was really fun. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you so much. See you next time.